615 The Sports Hub of Joe Murray back here on The Night Show. Full show. We're back, everybody. We are back at it again. Now you let it go, Skaz. Crank it. Yeah. Dump, 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 dump. Who knows what we'll get into tonight here on the show. But we're back. Skaz is here. We got Luke, our intern, is in tonight as well. Full show for you. And when I tell you full, we got all your training camp coverage for the New England Patriots. We'll certainly get into the Red Sox, who are just about to get underway. Some Celtic stuff out there. We got the in or outs. We got the musings. We got a full house. We'll talk with Doug Kyed later on tonight from the Boston Herald. He was down at camp. He's back from vacation as well, so we'll get a full scoop of what happened down there. And, well, we're almost at, it's always betting season, but you know what? Some win totals are coming out there. College, NFL, even some baseball stuff. And we got the Boston Bettors in studio later on tonight. Do you know who the Boston Bettors are, everybody? I will tell you later on tonight. How about that for a little bit of a tease? The phone number 617-779-0985. You can follow us on YouTube. I just checked in. Jay Buck is already in there. He's ready to go. Shout out to the YouTube fam. As always, we are back. And where do we lead off tonight? Of course, the opening take is presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Well, the Patriots had their opening day. It was the day one of training camp. I had a chance yesterday to sit in for Beetle. Worked with Zoe and Barth as we were doing the pre-training camp stuff. So 2 things off the top. Number 1, I loved Drake May saying that they're tired of losing. Because I am tired of losing. Just make this about me because it says the Joe Murray Show on here. I'm tired of the losing too. It's got to stop. The team can't hold home court, home field, whatever. They're just always an accident. And what I mean by an accident, just something that happens, whether it's internally, externally, whether it's turnovers on the field, whatever. There's always something brewing to go the wrong way. You know, for years, the Patriots were this excellent and waited for everyone else to fail. And, recently, Mike Vrabel, who I do want to get into as well, mentioned something about taking advantage of bad football. The Patriots, although played bad football, they had chances to win games. So I'll at least admit this. The talent was probably a little bit better than their 4 wins that they had. And that's going back over the last couple of years. But when I go back to talent, they still are missing in a few spots. But to be excited, I think you should. I think everyone should be excited. Normally, the first day of football camp, everyone's jazzed up, ready to go. Right? I heard the running of the jorts. It was packed today. And for those that don't know, it's the first day of camp. The dads with their kids running around out there. I heard it was packed. But I liked what Drake May said. We're tired of losing. And I just love the quote because that's what it's all about this year. Don't be losers anymore. Whether it's they win 9 games, 8 games, make the playoffs, don't make the playoffs. I want them to compete to try to win games because they weren't doing that in the past. Their focuses were always elsewhere. And if they had a chance to win the game, they blew it. It was typical. So I love that quote because that's coming from their quarterback, but also I think he's talking to other guys that are there that don't want to lose anymore. And there is a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And it was a promising day for him as well, which we'll get into in just a little bit. But, a couple of takeaways today. And I do want to get into Vrabel because I've had a little bit of a shift. And I wanted to get Skaz's opinion on it because I hope I'm not getting sold a bill of goods when it comes to the changes could be positive. But I'm telling you, Yeah, I like to eat, everybody, all right? I like to eat. If you serve me a nice little soup, now I want to know what the next appetizer is, right? So that's what's happening with me right now, to give you an analogy. I like what I'm being served. It's just, how's it going to digest? That's my feeling on the Patriots this year. But the number one thing for them, making the playoffs or not, is becoming desirable. I'll keep saying it over and over. Be a team that other players want to go to. Show that you'll spend money. So when Christian Gonzalez's contract comes up, show that you're investing in the team. Show the rest of the league, show the players on the team that you're serious about winning football again. Because when I hear Drake May say that they're tired of losing, yeah, that's great for him to say, but I really think we all are. And, getting just into day one of camp, I at least read some things about Drake May. Last year was really stuck to the coaches because they wanted to groom him. They didn't want him to start. They wanted Jacoby Brissett to be the guy. And that was stupid in hindsight because there were other quarterbacks starting right away and it worked. But he was glued to his coaches a year ago. He was with Alex Van Pelt. Well, now with Josh McDaniels and Ashton Grant in there, and at least May was more social. Right? He was talking more with the offensive line than being with the quarterback, but than being with the coaching staff. And I don't know if that spells leadership, but it's a different look. Maybe he needs to get those linemen locked in or a receiver he may have missed back ready for the play because those are the things that Vrabel mentioned yesterday. I said that I'm getting fed stuff and I'm eating it. I'm buying in on the Vrabel impact on the team. I think he can set a culture and teach guys how to play. He mentioned yesterday there's certain buckets, the good, the bad, and essentially the things that you messed up. He said other stuff. But can he get guys to play? Because there's talent here. Hopefully it leads to more wins. Can he raise the floor of the New England Patriots? I still have my doubts about a defensive-minded coach going deep in a playoff or even winning a championship, but that's not where the Patriots are at right now. Can he raise the floor of a team that, quite frankly, are a bunch of B-minus players? There's a couple of guys that are all-pros or Pro Bowlers, but for the most part, the roster's still the problem here. There's still question marks at wide receiver and offensive line and defense. We're still questioning some of the coaching staff. I'm still questioning the quarterback. But I think Vrabel's impact can teach these guys how to play football, which I think could eventually lead to more wins. So we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Drake May and the team are tired of losing. And I think Mike Vrabel's impact defensively, offensively, his fingerprints are all over the changes that we saw at day one of training camp, which we'll recap here on the other side. Again, the opening take presented by Super Service Today. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports.
based on the health of the team, or maybe just trying to have a good sense of where the team is and what they need and how much meeting time and how the schedule works. We put a lot of time into the schedule to make sure that it's efficient and giving the players exactly what they need to come out here and again, continue to build a team, earn a role, and then ultimately we have to prepare to win.
I miss gas.
Summer of Joe and Summer of Mavs very different, though. The Summer of Joe is you're everywhere. You're in the morning, you're in the midday, you're in the afternoon. The Summer of Mavs, he's just, he's missing a Monday here, missing a Friday there.
Yeah, I was trying to take the temperature of how the audience feels about me filling in at times. Like when I did mornings, guys, the July 4th week, everyone's like, oh, man, we love you in the morning. Hey, do a little afternoon with Felger, and I love when you fight Felger. And then... this week it was, the Joe and Zoe show sometimes can go off the rails a little bit.
I heard a little bit of that.
Somehow I turned boy bands, this or that, into a big bowl of soup. I don't know how. And then we started taking calls about soup and chili, and just that was the rest of the day. So
sounds like the Joe show to me.
Who's been on at night?
We had Mark Dondero on Monday, and we had Matt McCarthy last night.
Did Carles Heal call in?
No, he unfortunately he was participating, so he'll be at the
tonight, right?
It was tonight. The skills challenge was last night, so there was a chance he was going to join us last night. He was unable to.
Okay, well, no, that's great. MLS All Star wanted to come. He wanted to come on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just more about his availability on the road. He wanted to come on to talk about being an All Star.
Yeah, timing didn't work. So hopefully we'll get him on post.
Oh, that's
post
cool.
All Star break.
In on that, he's their best player. We take all the revs here on the show.
A little revs bump lately too from the Joe show.
That's right. I do think that. I'll call it the night show, Skaz. The night show bump. Speaking of bumps, Skaz, am I getting bumped on my? I mentioned that how hey, try this, try that. Well, I'm the Patriots are feeding me things and I'm eating them and I'm enjoying them. And the one yesterday was Mike Vrabel. That press conference, man, transparency, urgency, setting expectations.
You enjoyed him taking a shot at Volan too, I'm sure.
Oh, I love that one too. You know what? You know why? I don't know if you heard this week, but I do it on the night show, so you do know. I think we need to hold callers accountable for not listening.
Callers?
No, you know how
Joe, that's a losing battle.
Well, no, but you know that I've been saying for a long time, it's now when the callers aren't listening.
They're never listening, Joe.
Not when the hosts aren't listening?
Yes.
Because I get it. It's funny. When we're not listening, it's fun. It's funny.
It happens. It's going to probably happen tonight.
The honest one's like radio gold back there.
Yeah, that might be my favorite, yeah.
Hey, Joe, so what do you think of Giannis? That's the best one ever. But I felt that way yesterday about Volan because I wanted to be consistent. The thing with Volan is this. He showed a little grab ass, showed a little bit of, hey, why don't you show up and be prepared and listen because I have all the players, right? It's just that he set an I've never, what's funny? I stopped playing competitive sports in the early 2000s, okay? So things are different now. I should probably ask Luke, coaches have to handle personalities differently. I grew up with a hard approach where the coach would hit 500 ground balls and you'd go home with bruises on your chest. That's how I learned, or I'd run wind sprints and take snaps and do things like that until I literally couldn't move. But I don't know how things are nowadays, but the one thing I do like about Mike Vrabel is he played. He's coached at the college. He was a coordinator and a head coach. And I think the Patriots right now need a guy like him. And I'm going to cross sports for a second here. I think the Red Sox have a lot of talent on their roster, right? We all get excited. We have expectations for them. We'll get into them in a little bit here. But the problem with the Red Sox is there's a philosophy in the organization where they don't really have a lot of the fundamentals. I think something the Patriots have been lacking for a really long time is someone to coach them the fundamentals. I think as Bill Belichick got older, Bill Belichick didn't really have the time, not to mention they changed the rules and how much time you can practice. But they couldn't really go over a lot of situational things that they used to in years back. I think Belichick wanted guys that he didn't have to coach up. I think he wanted guys that had the fundamentals, but they weren't ready to play. So I'm buying in on the Vrabel effect in a couple of aspects. Number one, I do like the transparency, setting an expectation. If he's going to do it to the journalists and the media, I'm sure he's doing it with the players. I feel like that should go hand in hand. The other thing is, I like how he wants to tell the players about the good, bad, and where they screwed up. One thing I notice about, I'm 43, but when I work with, or when I mentor people, the one thing that I notice is that I have to tell them what they did well, what I would suggest working on, but also dude, you can't be doing this. So I think Vrabel has that approach with the players now because, think about a lot of these guys. They were the star player in their college team. They were catered to. Because they had so much ability, maybe they don't know the right way to take a snap or how to do a handoff or even how to catch a football or even set up on certain downs. But he made mention to, Kyle Williams running a route to get open but didn't get the ball and he's frustrated from it. He wants the guy's attention to get right back in the huddle and move on to the next play. Building blocks is a good word for what I think Vrabel's bringing to the team. So I'm bought in on it. And this is where I want to bring you in, Skaz. I'm bought in on the aspect that they have a guy here that's going to teach the right way to play football. And maybe there's some guys that don't have a lot of talent, but if they know the right thing to do, everybody can trust each other on the football field or, at least have some belief that they can make plays. The thing is, though, Skaz, is it's great they have a guy. They need a guy like this right now. I just don't know if it's a guy that can, once he gets everyone caught up, if he's still here, can he get them to the next level? And that's why I think I've been out on Vrabel. I saw him have talent with the Titans. I saw him fail. I do think this team needs the building blocks. But I still am going to temper my expectations on over 8.5 wins this year. So, I like that they have a guy like this now, Skaz. I still have questions if he's a guy that can lead them to the playoffs, deep in the playoffs, or win a championship.
Yeah, it's an incredibly low bar, unfortunately, is kind of where we're at, where you're excited for a football coach because he's a football coach, because he knows how to coach football, which feels like a lost art around here over the last couple of years for numerous different reasons. So, yeah, I'm with you a little bit. I do think, look, Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels are upgrades. I don't think there's any arguing those points. They are they have to be better than what was in place before them. So I'm with you there. I wonder if because the bar is so low that they're being, almost lauded too much. It's early, Joe. I think Mike Vrabel is a much better coach than Gerard Mayo. I think Josh McDaniels is a much better offensive coordinator than what they've had the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page on that one. I'm
still pumping the brakes, though.
It's a low bar.
Yes.
They have a guy that can teach them how to play football. Literally, how he said, dude, he got so in detail that he talked about how the football feels when it hits your pads and your chest. Is that how far back they are? And I'm only comparing it with the Red Sox because we watch the Red Sox on a nightly basis where, they don't know the rules. You know what I'm saying? So, is this where Vrabel's at now with the – it is a low bar. You're right. We are. The media, too. And, again, I'm buying, right? So I'm part of the problem. I'm buying on a low bar right now. A coach that actually wants to tell you what you did well, what you sucked at, and what you could do better? Gee, I'm asking too much. I'm asking too much here. Now, 7 wins now. How about 9 now? I'm not doing that. I'm still on the under 8.5. But I do think that he's the right guy to transform. Maybe, you know what? How about this one? You should have done it a year ago. Did I say that loud enough? The Mayo experience has set the organization back, and we're celebrating an actual coach who knows what to do, and we have high expectations because of that? Raising the floor, Skaz. I don't know what, and to be honest with you, is the ceiling for Mike Vrabel an AFC Championship game? For this team, it's good, right? For this team, and that's a low bar. You're damn right about that. Anyways, 617-779-0985. Drake May went 8 of 9. Josh Dobbs, woof.
I thought he was better than Drake May.
How about Ben Woldridge?
Who?
Yeah, he played at Louisiana Lafayette.
Good for him.
Oh yeah, I think they were the
Raging Cajuns.
Were
yeah.
they? Yeah, they were. May had a strong first day of camp. Made early connections with Steph Diggs. By the way, he got his money, $12 million.
I heard the midday doing a little. Oh, welcome to the NFL, Kyle Williams. Apparently, he was impressing people today.
Heard that too.
I like that.
Did they belly bump?
I don't know if they belly bumped.
There was a time yesterday when I was with Zoe where I was like, "Are we gonna belly bump?" Like, yeah.
It's too early. Too early to be belly bumping.
Well, I don't know. Did they high five? I thought I saw a high five. Actually, you know what I saw was we do a great job with our social media, right? I saw them replay a clip, and I saw it on a reel, and that's how I saw it today. Oh, you know what else is funny? Just was one last take before the break. Okay, I never played offensive line at an elite level, never in my life. But if the media is just doing their job, then have at it, Haas. But if we're gonna break down linemen with no pads, with no contact, I'm gonna tell you to go flip off. It means nothing. Listen, what do I know? But you don't know crap about an offensive lineman until you got a guy in front of him. You know? Are we really going to look at Will Campbell today? And somebody who's clearly faster than him runs by him, and we're going to make a comment about it? I am out on evaluating offensive linemen with no pads and no contact. I will not do it. But I will in the first preseason game, though. I'll be chalking it. I'll get the whiteboard for that one, guys. Well, the Red Sox struck out again. Have they had a lead at all since the All-Star break? Like early on in the game? Oh yeah, Jarren Duran hit a home run, right? They lost that game though, right? So like how do they keep coming back? How do they come back in these games? You're already down 3-0. I'm back at night. I can feel it. I'm already screaming. I'm yelling. Luke's looking at me funny.
He's upset.
He's upset.
His Red Sox.
Well, look, I will tell you this. We have been, covering the team for a long time now. I thought the Celtics were special this year. I thought they would go back to back. I'll say this. I think the Red Sox are who we think they are. We'd have to pull that line up. The Red Sox are who we thought they are. They're playing a higher class in competition. But I'll say this. I don't think they're done yet. I think they're going to drag it out all the way. I think they're a playoff team still. But they got to make some moves. And we'll get into that. I believe the baseball hour was jam-packed tonight. You had some hard-hitting baseball content. Let's hear a little of that coming up on the other side. We'll get your headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, day one of Patriots training camp in the books. A lot of people out there. Stephon Diggs, Drake May. Jalen Polk, though, not out there today. What's all that about? Red Sox in action right now. They trail the Phillies
otherwise shot to win a World Series. And I think if you look at the Boston Red Sox right now, when they're in the middle of that, 10-game winning streak, it's like this team can go all the way. But if you step back and look at the whole of the season so far, this is a good team. I don't know if it's a great team. And I don't know if you can make the argument that it's a great team. Maybe there's some greatness somewhere within them.
Rhodes or like Zach Wilde. I was like comparing the guitarists.
You hear Zach Wilde every night in the Joe Show intro.
That's right.
Yeah.
How you have to know this, but I posted it last night. How many times have I referenced that 2005 opening night with Ozzy Came Out Crazy Train? You know I've referenced that, right?
Hundreds of times.
Do you know what I've never mentioned about that night? Because I tweeted it out if you guys want to watch it, at Joey Murr on Twitter, and I think I'm on Instagram. I'm Joe Murray. Did you know Green Day played that night and Santana?
It's a hell of an opening night right there.
But I will tell you, I was jazzed up because it was, I believe, a Monday night. Was it a Sunday night or a Monday? I can't remember. No, it was Sunday night. I remember that. They went back to back. And like back in 2005, Skaz, I was in my heyday of like pounding drinks.
Joey Beers.
Joey Beers is right. But I remember like tailgating with like a bunch of people that night. And then going into the game, and I'll never forget, like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like Ozzy, and here it is, Ozzy Osbourne with the Patriots. And I like, dude, I freaked out. Yeah, like freaked out. And he was so happy. Like, if you watch the video, he's like smiling. Maybe, I mean, again, I don't know his drug use at that time. You know what's funny? Luke will never understand that our first reality television show was The Osbournes.
And it was awesome. A great television program.
He was fried.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly, though, yeah.
Right? But imagine, like, and the thing was, he had dogs. He could, there wasn't a lot of things he did for himself. Maybe he could make a sandwich himself, maybe.
What a bar, Joe. What a high bar you're saying.
But, like, the kids, I feel bad for his son. It probably wasn't great for his mental health early on. And, Sharon turned into The View, right? Oh, remember she threw something at Paris Hilton once?
I don't remember that.
Dude.
Does not surprise me.
Anyways, that was the heyday of my life. Well, 05, how old was I? 89, whatever. Yeah, we'll get into more Ozzy later. So, Jeff Passan was on the baseball hour today, huh? That's a good get. So, am I hearing that because the costs are too high for relief pitchers, that the Red Sox just aren't going to be in on anything? Is that like what I'm going to paraphrase? Is that what we're hearing, guys?
It certainly seems like they're laying the groundwork to sell us, Joe, that the prices were too high. That's why there will be no Joe Ryan, Mackenzie Gore, Merrill Kelly. Maybe you get one of the tier 2 guys, but This to me feels like it's shaping up to be one or two relievers and a bat. That they're not getting a starting pitcher. I hope I'm wrong, but it feels like we're being set up for that.
Team has holes. It has warts. They need a right-handed bat at first base, a real one. They definitely need a front of the rotation guy. It's not because Giolito stinks or Bayo isn't the guy or Bueller. It's nothing to do with that at all. It really is because of Crochet. If I'm the Red Sox, I think it's important to make the playoffs this year for this crew. I really do. I think playing playoff games would be really important for the future of the franchise. They have a lot of young players here, and to somewhat set an example of making the playoffs is important, and once you get there and you learn, then I think they'll really invest in the team a little bit more. But how many times do we keep saying that? Like, they're going to have to spend some money. That you can't do the Devers deal, which, by the way, isn't working, right? Can we say that the Devers deal, although addition by subtraction, Hicks sucks. He was horrible the other night.
He's a thrower, Joe, not a pitcher. He's a thrower. Yeah, the trade was awful. We told you that at the time. Look, they got out from the money. That was what they cared about. The return was awful. The team has been good. Devers hit 2 home runs today and played first base. I'm sure Red Sox Twitter's handling that well, but the return was laughable. It was always laughable. You took the bounce afterwards, the locker room bouncing back, all that, but the actual baseball return, I don't care about them saving money. No fan should care about them saving money unless you actually believe they're going to spend all of it, which I don't. So, you would have liked to see them get an actual good baseball return, guys that can pitch, can hit, and it seems like they did not do that. Jordan Hicks stinks. Can't throw a strike.
They're still stupid, too.
Very stupid. Not a good fielding team.
Happened again tonight. Did you see it?
How about and McCarthy was kind of all over this last night, and I want to give him credit because he knew the rule as soon as it happened. A lot of people didn't know the rule. Seemed like a lot of people today still didn't know the rule, the catcher's interference, but McCarthy asked me this last night. I want to ask you, Joe, what does Jason Varitek do?
So I got into this with Zoe and Barth. I got more numbers. Do you know that Connor Wong at one point led the league in this?
Well, I'm glad he led the league in something.
I know. No, but I mean, okay, so being dead serious here, Skaz, I learned at Parkway Little League. For real. I mean, I know I'm joking, but I learned in Parkway Little League. We used to have to do intentional walks. They wouldn't count it as a ball unless we were inside the catcher's box. We learned at a young age that if you're a catcher, everything that you do, you need to be in the catcher's box. You can't be blocked. You can't block the plate because they didn't want anyone getting hurt. There were a lot of things that we learned at a young age. So I just don't. I put a lot on the organization and what they're teaching them. But this Wong Narvaez thing, you ask what Varitek's doing, he's teaching the guys to do something they're not comfortable with. He's teaching them to do something. They're making mistakes, guys, because they're coached to do that.
Well, I also think that they only have one real catcher, and Narvaez is just playing way too much. I think that's part of it, too.
For real, though, like that Narvaez thing, he took accountability for it. He's coached to do that. And he even said it after the game. I was told he doesn't really have a backswing, so I do move up a little bit. I don't know. Are they how about this? Forget about that. Are they framing too much?
They're too focused on the framing. I will 100% co-sign that.
But I think that has something to do with the trying to get ahead to frame better.
I think this is kind of the problem with the Red Sox, though, right now, is they're so focused on the margins. Like, they're looking for these tiny little things, this, angles, drive line angles, and framing pitches and stuff like that. How about focus on, I don't know, playing baseball, hitting the baseball, pitching the baseball? Enough with, like, the minutia around the edges. You're not good enough at the actual sport right now to focus on, the little things that can give you an edge in games. Your margin for error is not there. They have to literally focus on playing better baseball before we get, the catcher trying to frame stuff and guys in the box doing certain things. How about you just hit the ball and pitch the ball?
And this is why I'm going to cross sports. I think the Patriots, low bar, have a guy that's going to teach them how to do things the right way. It doesn't mean they're going to win games. Hopefully it leads to winning games. I think the Red Sox are a talented team that is losing because of the margins, because they don't know what they're doing. Like, it's almost more upsetting that the Red Sox have a lot of talent and the managers can't fight them out of it. They're coached to do certain things. Know what I read? I wish I could give you the actual thing, but I guess Walker Buehler over the Walker Buehler over the All-Star break met with like a mechanical coach, and that's why he had a good start the other night. He was maybe tipping or leaning, and he thought he wanted to credit his meeting somebody to teach him what he's been doing wrong. Like, all right. But the realistic thing with the Red Sox at this very moment is they can't hit. And if you're going to start 4-0, 3-0, 4-0, Maz asked me this last week. Did I blame Giolito for the loss in Chicago? They lost 3-1. He gave up 3 runs, but guess what? They lost 4-1. He gave up a 3-run homer on the third batter of the game after walking 2 people. Bayo the next night. It's just, you can't win games if your pitching does that. It's no different than the defense in football giving up 10 points like the Patriots did every year. How do you expect people to come back? I think the Red Sox need to show urgency. Set the market. Set the damn market. You want Dylan Cease? They want Duran? Make it happen. Duran doesn't know what base to throw to. I see you guys on hold. We'll take a quick break. I'll take your calls, and then we'll get into hour number 2 of the Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you after this.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Cut your energy bills without sacrificing. Modeling.com to schedule your in-home estimate.
Relax by a fire pit and sip on a seasonal cocktail with friends. Stop.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. What are your thoughts, people? We got Patriots, Red Sox on the board. I haven't done, you know what? I got the betting itch, not because I want to bet. I don't have an outlet. I don't have an outlet to do a betting show. I don't believe we're going back to NBC Sports Boston this year, so that's not happening. And I'm not doing the podcast with Dan this year. So, like, we'll still do Joe Me the Money on the show, but who am I going to talk MAC football with and Sunbelt and besides Scass? Like, who else? I need like a true degenerate.
You want to bet on the MLS All-Star game tonight, Joe?
Is it East-West? How they doing?
It is the MLS versus Liga MX, the Mexican league.
Over.
The Mexico league, yeah.
Over. What is it, 3.5?
I don't know what the line is. It's about to start.
I can. You know what? That's a priority of mine right now.
Yeah, Liga MX versus the All-Stars. No Messi. No Messi. Rightfully so.
Good. Justin!
Hey, Joe. I just wanted to give you some thoughts on Pinkett training camp. I'm a little worried about how this offense is going to look. I know they got stuff on Diggs, but I'm just a little worried about how this offense is going to look without the talent that they don't have, because I was worried about how they would get it together for this season. I just want your thoughts.
All right, Justin, I appreciate you, bro. Here's what I'm hearing. I think what I'm hearing is there are some people in the media that I trust, that I sometimes lean on when I say, hey, what do you think this year? I think that you may see more progression in numbers from Pop Douglas if he stays healthy than Stephon Diggs. I'm not telling you I feel that way, but I can see it. Pop Douglas has a potential to be the number one receiver for the Patriots. I don't know if that makes them good, but the last 2 years, Pop Douglas's numbers have improved. Now, the Josh McDaniels system loves those slot players. Could you see more production from Pop Douglas? I ask guys, would the Patriots be a good team if Pop Douglas was their leading receiver?
Oh, boy. I think they could be.
Me too.
Yeah, I think they could be. I think they're going to have to run the ball a lot, though, if that's the case.
I am worried about Pop Douglas's health, not going to lie to you. He's small. Strong.
Little guy.
Strong, though.
Strong.
But could he take away in the middle of the field more for Stephon Diggs? And, you know, this Kyle Williams kid, the thing that he's so good at is he knows how to run routes. Actually, the best thing I've heard about Kyle Williams, and I know this for a fact because I watched him play, he knows how to stop in place and reset and continue to run his route. I don't think there's a Patriot who can do that. Now, Diggs knows how to get open. I don't think there's a lot of guys. You know who's really good at that? George Pickens. George Pickens is very good at running a route, stopping, setting, and then continuing to run a route to get open. And I'll tell you, Welker was spectacular at that.
Would you like to hear a little live reaction of the midday watching Kyle Williams earlier?
Let's hear it, yeah.
Is that Williams? Who is that?
I think it might have been.
You don't know who that was?
No. It might have been Ramondre. It is right here. He's walking right here. It's Ramondre.
No, it wasn't.
Coming back into the huddle there? Right there.
I don't believe that is true. No way.
Wait, who's that broke? That's Ramondre. It's Ramondre in the huddle.
I don't believe you. I don't believe either one of you on that.
I was going to say the rookie.
No, it was 18. It was Kyle Williams, you guys, who caught the pass on the sideline. That was Williams. I'm like, it was 18. I mean, it was definitely 18. Right. Did you guys see that?
I saw the tail end.
Did you see that?
I saw the end of it, yeah.
Did you see that?
Run. I thought it was a run.
Wasn't a run.
All right.
Now, Gonzalez is covering him now, and I don't know who was in coverage on that. Color me a little impressed. Oh, he's on his way again.
He's a sack.
Oh, here we go. They finally drafted a receiver. He might be able to play.
Nice catch.
Oh, my God.
Someone had one, Beetle.
Oh,
someone had one.
Do we need to do it?
Welcome to the
NFL, Kyle Williams.
The high five happened.
There was a high five, Joe. They couldn't sneak that past
Need
you.
that belly, but so they're impressed with Williams. He was really impressive in the Senior Bowl or East-West game, whatever it was. Williams is a good player. Will it translate into a rookie season? I thought Polk was good. By the way, what the hell is going on with him? Dude, I don't know. I wouldn't cut bait. Do you know what I would do is I'd PUP his ass and then just throw him into a game and just see what happens.
You love a good PUP.
Oh, I love a good pup. No, but at this point, what's the point? Let the other guys get the reps. He was starting to remind me more and more of Aaron Dobson. Remember him?
Oh, I don't like that comparison.
Dobson had at least talent and made the field. It was Brady just couldn't trust his ass.
I'm not blaming Tom Brady for Aaron Dobson's career not taking off. I'm sorry, but I won't do it.
What about Joey Galloway ending his?
I'm going to blame Joey Galloway.
Or
Reggie Wayne?
Or Ocho Cinco's.
Yeah.
Or Eric Decker.
Oh, Eric Decker, woof.
Demarius Thomas.
That's a tough one, yeah.
Scored that 3 touchdowns in this final preseason game and still didn't make the team. All right.
I mean, the night show is going to have boots on the ground Friday, Joe. We're going to have eyes in person at training camp on Friday.
Is Luke, you got to ask a lot of questions. I know you're good at that. For real.
We're going to send him down there with things to be on the lookout for. Luke's list.
I want to know what they're feeding everybody. I want to know, do they need a backup quarterback? That's what I want to know. And I want to know who the fattest guy is. Let's not do that. I'm not going to fat shame anybody. We'll hit the headline here. I continue to see your calls, and we'll want to get some betting stuff. We'll do that next on the Sports Hub.
From the Tell Your Time studio.
Coming up in a little bit. He was at camp, boots on the ground. Get his thoughts on everything that happened here today. I think I'm over the Romy Gonzalez experiment. But anyways, we'll do that at another time. Our guy Max hung up. I was upset. I was just about to go to him. That I didn't like that. Anyways, let's move on here. What do we have for the 8 o'clock hour? Why is Vegas high on the New England Patriots, but the national media, not so much? This of Chad Graff of The Athletic. There's optimism abounds at training camp. New coach, second-year quarterback, easy schedule. But a lot of people locally here are in on the Patriots, but if you look at a couple of the national sports books, the over-under win total is 8.5. And most if it was me, again, I am available if you guys are looking for a betting analyst. If it was the Joe Murray Sportsbook, I would make the over-under 6.5. Hopefully there'd be some money that would come in to boost it up to 7. I'm on the under 8.5. I think 6.5 is really the number. But last week, there was a lot of money coming in on under bets from some big-time bettors. I think people do like Mike Vrabel. I think it really goes back to what we were saying. I think he's probably a good guy to get these building blocks back, but is it raising the floor or are they going to hit a ceiling with the guy? There's a lot there. But the Patriots, let's just be honest, everybody. This is real. This is not hate. This is facts. That's how we work on this show at times. The Patriots are 8-27 in their last 35 games. Guys, 35 games they've played. They've won 8 games. But their win total this year is 8.5. So do you understand why I'm on the under? This has nothing to do with the easy schedule or whatever. How can you expect a team that has won 8 games in the last 35? How? I can't buy it. So, are the Patriots improved on the field? Yes, they are. And the way that their schedule is shaking out, I just want to be accurate that the games that we think are 50-50 games, the other teams think they're winnable. The Patriots have the second easiest schedule in the NFL this year based off projections. The only team that's easier is the 49ers. Now, this is if you go by last season's win percentage. They have the third easiest schedule. Only the 49ers and Saints are the easiest. Books have now had to adjust for an 18-week season. The Patriots are favorites in 11 of 17 games. Out. So why is the over-under 8.5? Let's do some Joe math here. Your favorite in 11 games, the win total's 8.5. It opened at 7.5. That's a pretty big buffer. That's a huge buffer. But it's an easy schedule. Weak NFC South, the NFC crossover, the AFC North. Blah, blah, blah. Make it make sense. There's a lot of promise for Drake May this year. But I think Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy. Why not Drake May? Absolutely. I think Drake May might have had the worst situation last year, but you know what? They've improved the offensive line. They drafted Will Campbell. They brought in Bradbury. Morgan Moses there today. And yeah, the coaching staff is a dramatic difference, and they've had some good offseason acquisitions. But think about these non-division home games. Browns, Raiders, Steelers, Panthers, Falcons, Giants. Pretty easy, pretty favorable. But can they win games at home again? We can't just chalk up W's for the Patriots because they play at home. They're 16-26 at home the last 5 years. To just expect them to double last season's win total, I think is absurd. And I'm just working in facts. Favorite in 11 games, totals 8.5. Yet, how come it's not higher? It should be 6.5. Those are 50-50 games. And you know what? I don't know if they'll beat the Raiders. The Raiders are 3.5-point dogs week 1.
So you're saying 50-50 no for those?
50-50 no. I don't think they beat the Steelers either. I think Rodgers knows that defense.
You don't know if the throwbacks? You don't think the throwbacks help them against the Steelers?
They're playing at home. I don't know what. 50-50. I don't know.
It's got to be worth at least a point, right?
Are the Panthers going to be improved? Because they were last year at the end of the year.
And Bryce Young looked good.
They sucked. But did they improve? Yes. The Falcons should be better. I'm sorry. Michael Penix, Drake May, in on that game, by the way.
People are very high on the Falcons, it feels like, this year.
People are down on the Giants. I still think the Giants look at the Patriots, guys, as a winnable game. Right? You think a Giants fan today is like, well, they could beat the Patriots.
Joe, I don't know. I think there are probably fans that feel that way.
8.5, dude. Favored in 11 games. What are we doing? This is Joe math going on right now. This don't make sense. Well, we'll talk to Doug Kyed. Maybe he can make some sense of it. Maybe we'll get an Aussie take from him, too. Big music guy. All right, Doug Kyed, Boston Herald, joining us next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Yeah, everybody. And we had our sources on the ground. And joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, he is Doug Kyed of the Boston Herald. Doug, how you doing, bud?
Joe, I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I was like, you know what? Day one of training camp. I'm sure Doug Kyed's back from a beautiful vacation. Why don't we have him on tonight? How was your vacation?
It was good. It was long. A lot of time on the Cape. Went to Seattle, went to Vancouver, went to Los Angeles. Arrived back in Massachusetts at 5 a.m. yesterday, ready to work. So I'm recharged for sure.
So you mentioned the term ready to work. One of my takeaways from the press conference yesterday is urgency, right? Mike Vrabel talked about how, well, when I look at things, I want to see how much I can get, how much time I can do certain things. He also set some expectations about guys and their injuries. And he also mentioned about trying to talk to the players about the good, the bad, and, well, what they did wrong. And I don't know, I feel a sense of urgency. What was your overall feelings of day one of training camp?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lighter day, I guess I would say, but everything was pretty positive. I mean, Drake May looked good. I think, honestly, maybe the biggest takeaway of all was just that Stephon Diggs is, like, ready to go. He was full go out there, got the first pass of 11 on 11s. Really impressive stuff for him to have been fully recovered, 8 months away from the ACL surgery. I think when the Patriots signed him, everyone assumed he would at least start camp on PUP, but he was ready to go, and he looked good out there. So that seems like a really positive sign, especially when you compare it to, like, Chris Godwin, who the Patriots tried to sign. He starts training camp on PUP. Brandon Ayuk, who they tried to trade for a year ago, he starts training camp on PUP. But Stephon Diggs is out there ready to go, so I think that was a really big positive.
Could you see a difference that he could have in other receivers? I know everyone's getting reps right now. We heard a lot about Kyle Williams today. Pop Douglas, I feel, could be their top receiver this year because of Diggs. How much of an impact do you think he could make amongst the other receivers, not only on the field but off the field?
Yeah, I think that he could make a big impact in both. Like, first of all, just taking attention away from guys. Anyone who's in that X receiver spot or in the slot won't get as much attention as they did last year, which I think will ultimately be a positive for those wide receivers. And it really seems like, I mean, the dedication that it required for Stephon Diggs to come back from that torn ACL in 8 months, obviously football means a lot to him and winning means a lot to him. So I think he's going to do everything in his power off the field to make those guys better as well. And I thought it was interesting that Keyshawn Boutte was one of the starting wide receivers out there. I'm not sure if that would be the case if Mac Hollins was healthy. Don't want to take too much away from the fact that Keyshawn Boutte was the number one guy in the X receiver role. But, I mean, at least for him, he's got to view that as a positive that the Patriots are ready to thrust him out there right away.
Did you notice a difference, though, in the wide receiving group today?
I think so. I mean, Kyle Williams looked good. Stephon Diggs looked good. Keyshawn Boutte caught a pass. So I think that, you know, it's easy to say it looked better than it did in the spring just because Stephon Diggs is out there. But I do think that the wide receiver group overall was a positive today, which I don't know how many times you would have said that last year or even in the spring.
I'll just ask about Jalen Polk. I know he wasn't practicing. What does he need to do to just get on the field and potentially get into the good graces of McDaniels and Vrabel?
Yeah, get on the field, first of all, be healthy, and then start to make some plays out there. Be a dependable option because, I mean, players have to pass a physical to avoid the PUP list and the NFI list. And Jalen Polk wasn't on the PUP list or the NFI list. So from what I've heard, this is something that's kind of popped up within the last couple of days. So passes the physical, has a shoulder injury last year, and now still has to miss practice with something new that's popped up. So that's a little bit concerning that he's already not out there. And the longer he stays off the field, the further behind he'll stay on the depth chart. And there's a lot of competition at wide receiver. Like the fact that he was a second-round pick last year, I don't think that guarantees him a roster spot this year.
Oh, I was about to ask that. I wonder if things have changed with Vrabel in the mix, and potentially a new set of eyes helping out Elliott Wolf. as well. We're talking with Doug Kyed. He's of the Boston Herald. I read your delivering pointers today, your article that you had a little while ago. A promising first day for Drake May. Some of the feedback I've got was he wasn't really with the coaches. Like last year, he was really side by side with Van Pelt. And I know the story last year was they didn't want him to play right away. But it sounds like he was more of a leader, talking to the offensive line. What else besides physical did you see? Did you see a lot of leadership stuff from Drake May today?
Yeah, I think he's really trying to assert himself as a leader. And he even said, Kyle Williams made a nice contested catch over Christian Gonzalez. And even though he made that catch, Drake said he was still giving Kyle Williams pointers after the play that maybe he could have sold the go route a little bit more, and then maybe it doesn't become a contested catch. Maybe then he just wins the route. So I think that's a huge positive that Drake May is really trying to take that ownership of the team, assert himself as a leader. And Demario Douglas was saying after practice that Drake May is a very positive aspect of the team. He's always trying to lift guys up, not trying to focus on the negative. So, certainly willing to give pointers, but also a really positive aspect in the locker room. So I think he's still trying to figure it out, like how he wants his leadership style to be. I don't know if that's been fully developed yet at this point, because Mike Vrabel seems to be kind of leading along as well. But he certainly seems well on his way.
All right, Doug, just when it came to turnover-worthy plays, I get that we're in camp, right? You're there, you're just kind of hanging out, getting some sun, but you're trying to watch, you're looking for things, right? Did you feel any type of different plays, or with McDaniels there, was anything just different? Was it familiar? And when I say turnover-worthy plays, I think that's the key for Drake May this year. And as much as I don't love the Josh McDaniels hire, I do think he can help out with those things.
Yeah, I mean, I was seeing more checkdowns, I think, from Drake May. He was 8 of 9, but I think only 3 of them were really downfield passes. So I think that's one aspect that he could avoid turnover-worthy plays with some of those checkdowns. But at the same time, he was nearly picked off by Jabril Peppers. The Jabril Peppers dropped the interception. So, if he had caught that interception, I think that the tone around Drake May's performance today becomes a little bit different. So he lucked out a little bit. Still seeing some of those turnover-worthy plays, but I would say over the spring, he worked really hard to improve that, to avoid turnovers, and he'd like to see the same thing this training camp, because, he had a good rookie season, really promising rookie season, but he also did turn over the ball a lot, so that's one aspect of his game that really needs to improve.
I know you've been busy, man. Did you see The Forged in Foxborough Part 2?
I admittedly have not watched it yet. No, it's 40 minutes. I'll try to watch it as soon as I can.
It's all good. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. They really pumped the tires on McDaniels, and I don't know if that was to, have people feel good inside about him being back, or hey, he knows this. Clearly, he's a highly decorated offensive coordinator. But one of the things that I thought Vrabel made an impact was. And maybe you saw it today or heard about it today, but one of the things that May talked about was extending plays as a passer. You wrote about it. Did you? I saw it on the Forge in Foxborough. Was that somewhat of an example today at practice?
Yeah, I think I only saw one scramble from Drake May, so that definitely seems to be something that he's working on. He said he was working on it today, and I think overall that would be a positive. Obviously, Drake May's legs and his mobility is a massive strength of his, and I think that there's times that you can maybe even protect it a little bit better with designed runs rather than just having him scramble all the time. But yeah, I like hearing that from him, that he's not just always looking to take off, that he's ready to turn some of those scramble drills into passing plays. I think the wide receivers obviously have to be aware of that as well, try to move around as much as possible, get open, freelance out there when the play breaks down. But I think that also tells you a little bit that if that's one of the aspects that he's working on is, scramble drills and trying to pass as a scrambler, I think that also means that he knows he's going to be under pressure and that he's going to need to get out of the pocket a little bit and make some of those plays when he's on the move and away from the pocket.
I almost wonder if they looked at some video last year where they're like, man, you gave up on plays too much, right? And this is one of the things I don't want to call it building blocks, right? I guess that's where I'm starting with this Vrabel thing. It's a low bar to be like, wow, they actually have somebody that can tell guys what to do, but it's something he didn't have a year ago, right? He was running for his life, the line, the issues. Now this is why I'm getting excited a little bit about the Patriots here, because if he can extend plays with his ability, then they have guys who can get open, right? Williams, Diggs, I think they actually have a nice little wide receiver core for him.
I think Diggs is a major element of this, is that you have a guy who's a veteran, who's been in the league for 10 years, whatever it is, knows what to do in those situations, knows how to get open, knows how to make plays. You could probably say the same thing about Mac Hollins, obviously not to as large of a degree, but last year, beyond Kendrick Bourne, who missed half the season and then was kind of in and out of the starting lineup, the Patriots had so much inexperience at wide receiver that even if Drake May was trying to do that, trying to extend plays with his arm, I don't know if the wide receivers on the field would have had the confidence to know what to do in those situations.
Doug Kyed of Boston Herald here on 98.5 The Sports. Kyle Duggar look healthy? How did he look? And how did the secondary and some of the rookies back there look?
Yeah, he was out there on the field. Looks like, at least to start off camp, it's going to be Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers as the starting safeties, which I certainly wondered about. I wondered if Mike Vrabel would want two strong safety bodies as his free safeties. But Craig Woodson was out there at times as well. He broke up a pass from Joshua Dobbs that Kendrick Bourne wound up catching anyway, but it was kind of a good play on both of their parts, on Craig Woodson and on Kendrick Bourne. And it looks like it's going to be, as expected, Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis at cornerback, Marcus Jones in the slot. So in order for that to not be the secondary this year, I think that someone like Craig Woodson or someone like Alex Austin or Isaiah Bolden, one of those guys would really have to assert themselves and impress the new coaching staff to move into that starting lineup, because the starting defense is looking like pretty set at this point. Not a lot of positional battles there.
And how much can you take out of the defense here? I'll tell you this right now. I will not do offensive line talk with you today.
No.
I'm not going to do it. Listen, I lived that life before where it's like, can you really tell like a lineman and how they did? I'm not going to do that. But the defense overall, did you see some speed? Was that, what is Terrell Williams bringing to the table? Just what's different about the new look defense?
Yeah, it looked, it's a four-man front. You've got Harold Landry and Keon White on the edges there. It looks like they're at least willing to go a little bit lighter up front with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore. So that's certainly different. You would have had a traditional nose tackle in the middle in the past, whether it was Gerard Mayo or Bill Belichick as the head coach. So that's certainly different. Obviously, smaller linebackers, Christian Ellis and Robert Spillane in there. I think it's going to be a more aggressive group. You're going to see guys getting upfield, and I'm right there with you on the offensive line talk. We have time. We don't need to talk about it right now. We could just talk about it in 4 or 5 days when the pads actually come on, because until then, we're really just kind of speculating and we're overreacting to things before the pads come on. So I'm right there with you on the offensive line. But I do think that the defense will be more aggressive, will be smaller, will be faster, and maybe won't be quite as stout up the middle, but I think they can make up for it by making plays.
All right, I just got to ask this because, the Patriots have been bringing in other kickers. How the kickers look today? Any battle you see out there?
A foot did not hit a football in practice today. So can't give you an update on the kicker battle. But I certainly expect Borregales to earn the job, but it will certainly be something worth monitoring. But yeah, they lined up in a field goal formation, but no one actually kicked the ball. So that was a slight disappointment. We'll have to wait until maybe tomorrow or the next day for that.
Oh, I'm ready for that. When you tweet that out, I'm going to be all over the competition. Borregales, by the way, I know people might know, they've brought in a couple of highly decorated college kickers and it hasn't worked. So this kid was good.
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah.
Nordine, remember him? He was great at Michigan. They've had plenty. They just even who's the other guy that now kicks for the Cardinals? They had him for a bit.
Chad Ryland.
Jeez. Yep. They were pretty decorated college kickers. They just Didn't work out here. This kid, though, I don't know if he's ever kicked in the cold, so that's one thing I'm worried about with him. But we'll do special teams.
They brought in undecorated college kickers like Justin Rohrwasser, and he also didn't work out. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a mess since Gostkowski left from the drafting perspective. But yeah, they're hoping they can turn around here with Borregales.
So what's next now? Tomorrow, same thing. Helmets, pads. Did they set an expectation for tomorrow?
Yeah, no pads yet. I think pads come on like 5 days in or something like that. But the practices do get a little bit longer as the week goes on. So we might see a little bit more intensity, maybe some more 11-on-11s. Expect a few more throws from Drake May out there. And, yeah, things will just continue to ramp up. So it's honestly an exciting time of year. I was out there today being like, I'm ready for some preseason action. I'm getting excited about training camp, joint practices. So it's a great time of year.
When do we have a QB controversy backup? I'm not saying anyone's threatening Drake May. I think that's the reason why Josh Dobbs is here, but I heard it was a tough day for the guy.
It was a tough day from Dobbs, but I mean, Wooldridge would have to excel to create a quarter. I think in order for a quarterback controversy to form, like Wooldridge would have to get cut in there. They'd have to bring someone else in.
Not to cut you. What I mean by that is
that happening, but yeah.
Do you think that they might have to look at another option at some point?
It's possible, but Dobbs struggled to start the spring, and then he kind of settled down. So I would expect maybe the same thing to happen here. He's also just playing with more inexperienced wide receivers. So on some of these throws that were sprayed or like the interception that he had, it could just as well be a wide receiver not knowing what he's doing out there. So I'll wait a few more weeks, a few more days at least to start the quarterback controversy. But I mean, if they do want to keep a third quarterback, they might have to bring someone in. Like Wooldridge isn't obviously a guarantee to make this roster. And at this point in the NFL, with the third emergency quarterback, it makes sense to carry a guy in the 53. So wouldn't be surprised if they look at that position at some point.
All right, I see you and Hurley did a nice little podcast. Who does that? Who does your digital media here? All those graphics and everything like that. It's good stuff.
We had a Stone Rochelle, or a guy that I worked with at PFF, did our graphics. So shout out to Stone. He's a great guy. Yep.
Wow, what a great graphic! I'm going to tweet that out. He does a solid job for you guys. I'm always loving the graphics that I see these days because you know what? We might not listen, but we'll see the graphic, right? It might happen every
There we go. Exactly. Get people to tune in.
I wanted to just get your take on Ozzy Osbourne. I look at him as he was metal. And the second part is I think they were the first reality TV show outside of the real world. They let us into their home, and I watched every week. But your thoughts on the loss of Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, first of all, just incredible that he was able to do that last concert just weeks before obviously dying. That's just incredible. He sounded great at it. Obviously, he had to sit down, but just incredible for him to go out that way. I don't think anyone really expected when they were watching that reality show for Ozzy to even, live as long as he did. So I think it's really fortunate that everyone got to experience Ozzy for as long as he lived. And I mean, the fact that they were playing metal, that they invented metal in the 60s, while the Beatles were existing, like a year
Folk
after the Beatles existed. Right, it's just absolutely incredible. People's minds must have been absolutely blown at the time by what Black Sabbath was doing. And so many forms of music, whether it's metal or hardcore or like elements of punk, just would not exist without Black Sabbath. So easily one of the most important bands of all time. It was really, I obviously didn't go to the last Black Sabbath show, but just the fact that all those guys were alive to play that show and to be there for that was really amazing.
Yeah, just final thing on that. When I think of I went to Catholic school growing up. Oh, Ozzy was not. The teachers were like, "Don't listen to that." But I think about it. He was kind of billed that way, and no means do I make this comparison of talent. But I felt like Marilyn Manson almost had that kind of impact as he was a very good musician, but was just polarizing in so many other weird ways. I think people always respected Ozzy for the music, but man, he had a really just different side of him that was polarizing.
He definitely did, and I think that obviously that added to the legacy so much, and you just don't really see characters like that in music anymore. And I think some of it is that a lot of it has been done. Like, you can't replicate what Ozzy Osbourne did or even what Marilyn Manson did. But it's also just like musical styles. You can't come out with a new form of music like Black Sabbath did at this point. Everything's been done to the extreme that, what an iconic guy. And like the rumors of him biting the heads off bats and all that stuff. It's like, that's what rock and roll and metal and all that stuff is all about.
I got a Black Label Society album one day, and I'm like, all right, well, and then I heard a song, and I thought it was Ozzy singing. Nope, it's Zakk Wylde, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how like Zakk Wylde's like, and everybody wanted to play for Ozzy, right? Like you go from Randy Rhoads to Zakk Wylde to Mike Inez and whoever, right? There was so many people who wanted to play with him, and I look back at it, and I think Zakk Wylde's one of the greatest guitarists of all time. I don't know if we ever would have heard of him without Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, no, it's true. And like what he did for Ozfest too, I think that was big in getting people into metal and new metal and hardcore and all that kind of stuff. So really important from that aspect as well. I unfortunately never went to an Ozfest. By the time that I was going to shows, I was already going to like Warped Tour and stuff. Yeah. But at this point, I do regret never seeing Ozzy or Black Sabbath live, because I've loved Black Sabbath since I was in middle school and loved Ozzy, loved Crazy Train, everything. And like you said, he had a knack for finding good guitars too, because all of his guitars have been exceptional.
Yeah, 2005, I was there. The Patriots won back-to-back championships. They brought Green Day out. They brought Santana to do the national anthem. And then out of this helmet comes Ozzy Osbourne singing Crazy Train, and then Robert Kraft introduced the team, and they ran out. Dude, honestly, it really was a surreal moment. People were going nuts.
It would be hard to top that these days. Seriously.
Who would they get nowadays? I don't even know.
Right. I know.
Bon Jovi going to get everyone fired up? No offense to Bon
Jovi. Not as much, I don't think. No.
All right, he's Doug Kyed, Boston Herald. Excellent job, Doug. You're back to work, man. I'm heading out to camp someday, so I'll let you know when I'm there, and we'll shoot the breeze when we're down at camp, man. Continue the good work.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you.
You got it. He's Doug Kyed, everybody. Excellent job over at the Boston Herald. Check out his work. Check out his podcast. I just retweeted it as well. And we'll have more coming up next. I'm Joe Murray. And, oh, by the way, I said Romy Gonzalez stinks. Did you know that he didn't have a hit till July 9th until he did something that I'll tell you in Sports Hub Headlines?
Essential Sports Hub Headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, what he did was he went deep. How deep? Grand Slam deep. After a walk-in of a run,
missed out is strong, but yes.
I'm glad he didn't come.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart went to the Lakers. Loser.
Also happy about that one.
And Al Horford from, is it Brett Siegel? He says that there's a verbal.
I think he's been saying that for months, Joe. I think he's
funny?
throwing darts at the dartboard.
I got to tell you this. He actually has reached out to me before, so I guess like he's exchanged communication with me before. And it's always been all right. But when I did retweet that the other night, I got a lot of blowback about going with what he's been saying.
Yeah, I think rightfully so in some aspects there.
But I still want to say that if he chooses Milwaukee over Atlanta, over Boston, I'm out.
Golden State, too, right?
Okay, but if any of those three, like Golden State, absolutely.
You're okay with, yes.
He would be a stud on Golden State. Imagine what he'd be great for them. I wonder if him and Jimmy Butler could play together, though.
Who?
Damn! I hate that Jimmy Butler. By the way, we're going to go to break, but Luke, our intern, he's not in the room right now, so I
can't even defend himself right now.
I feel bad talking about it.
He's cutting a video for us.
I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take a photo. He has this giant Tupperware bowl, but it's not like a bowl. It's more.
It's like a basket.
It's like a square basket with a lid. A square bowl. It's a square bowl, but like a, you know how like there's Nike Dunk lows and highs. It's kind of like a Tupperware high square. And I'm telling you, like, I could probably pile a lot of brownies in that thing. What does he have in there? Because that thing is full. And he's got a little, like, it looks like baby formula Tupperware thing with sauces in it, I believe.
I think I want Luke to come in studio with you and to break down his nightly eating habits.
The 9 o'clock hour is wide open.
Yes.
We got the Boston Betters connection. Or what are they called now?
The Betters
Boston
Network.
Betters Network.
Yes.
Sorry. They're going to join us in the 10 o'clock hour tonight. I'll give one of their names. How about this? One of their names is Dan Lifshatz.
We've had at least two of them on the show before. I don't know if we've had all three.
I don't think we have.
But two, absolutely, for certain. Friends of the night show.
That's right. All right, we got in or out, and I'm really in on what is in that Tupperware. We'll do that in the 9 o'clock hour. In or out next on the Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Red Sox have a 6-5 lead after a Romy Gonzalez grand slam. Right now, Roman Anthony, who did not start the game, is pinch hitting in the top of the 7th inning with a runner on second base. But the Red Sox lead 6-5, and it was day one of Patriots training camp. Drake May was there. Everybody's happy. And Russell Wilson's also going to be the starter for the Giants. Headlines are brought to you by Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. I'm Joe Murray.
Here we go.
Boom. I win. Kaboom.
Yeah. Hit somebody.
We've got a passion for Boston sports.
Get angry.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success in...
I'll go fruit punch. I'll go Arnold Palmer. What else do they offer? Am I thinking there's a purple one in there too? But now you want to give me a pineapple orange with whipped cream? And isn't that a creamsicle? Isn't that just an Arizona iced tea creamsicle? And now, I try to go a little bit lighter on the sugar these days. But listen, for 99 cents, taste the love, baby. What are you eating in there? Is that a piece of chicken?
He says he doesn't even really know what it is. He's not sure what to call it.
What do you do? Do you just open the fridge and slide stuff in it?
Yes. We're getting him in there. Joe, our friends over at Arizona Iced Tea, another new flavor, watermelon dragon fruit splash.
Okay, this one. Watermelon's my favorite. I love watermelon sherbet.
I saw that correctly.
Saw that one today, too. The boy, Tommy Cutlets. Oh, my God, Willie Abreu. What are you doing? Tommy Cutlets was at our buddy Hooch's place recently.
Oh, there you go. Local guy.
Local guy, good guy. He goes, do you think I should get some cutlets? I go, probably not. But I want cutlets. You know what I've been seeing a lot of, Skaz? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. I feel like I haven't seen you in a week.
Do you know what I see a lot of these days? Is people cooking like bread, like a sub roll or like a long, like a loafer, like a long loaf. They'll cut them, and then they'll take the bread out of the middle, and then just stuff it with like meatballs and like.
I'm out on that.
Really?
I like the bread, Joe.
Yeah, but you're still eating the bread. You're just taking out the middle of it.
Yeah, but you're just getting like the worst part of the bread. The best part of the bread is the middle.
You're right. When I eat a piece of bread, I rip it in half and eat the middle.
Absolutely. And they're just, I've seen that. They do it with like bagels too, like scooped out bagels.
Yeah, they scoop them out.
If you just want to eat cream cheese, just eat the cream cheese. Like I like a bagel.
Now, I will tell you, I really want to eat it when I watch it. When they take the middle out and stuff it with a meatball or a chicken parm and sauce and... Dude, I've seen the whole thing in there. I've seen ziti, meatballs, eggplants, and then they're just like, here, eat it. And I'm like, yes, please. And you know what? I think I got to try this. You know what? Could I make one? Maybe we can go to a Panadosi or something, bring in maybe I'll air fry one. What do you think, Luke? He's already ate. Sour cream, dude, at Tostitos? Tostinos. I think where I would have gone before? There's a lot of things I would have done before sour cream. Blue cheese ranch, definitely. Ketchup, probably. Buffalo dip? Mayo? Any more?
Yeah, why not, Joe? We had a couple food ones from Monday and Tuesday night. All respect to Don Darrow and McCarthy, but you're the food guy. I gotta ask you these questions, Joe. Chips Ahoy has announced a Stranger Things limited edition cookie to coincide with the final season. They will be. Let me just make sure I get the right description here. The cookie features a chocolate base, fudge chips, and a red strawberry flavored filling. It is
Chips
the first Chips Ahoy cookie to use a fruit flavored filling.
I was going to say Chips Ahoy is never used. Wow. All right then. Now the Chips Ahoys are great for milk. Great, because they are a little thick. thick and chalky, I guess is the word I would use. So in milk, it really gets, dry. Not dry. It really soaks to the point where it's easy to eat. I used to just throw Chips Ahoy's in milk and cookie. Because didn't Seven love waffles?
I think that's correct.
11.
I think they had 11. Yeah, I think
Sorry.
they had like an Eggo collaboration at one point. I feel like they had to have.
11. I don't. So I haven't. I haven't watched season 2.
I finished season 1, pretty much tapped out after that as well.
Me too. I did watch the first episode of season 2.
I did.
Never went back.
Yeah, there's some about season 2. It just didn't do it for me. And now it's too far gone at this point.
All right. What inning are we in up there? Does that say 7?
This would be 7th, bottom 7.
Do you see who's in the game right now?
I would be Aroldis Chapman. Sox are trying to win this baseball.
Back out now. Like he got the out. Great move. Honestly, Cora wanted to get the out. He did. He got the out. But
I think he's only appeared in multiple innings one time this year.
I probably wouldn't do it because of that, Skaz. But he only faced one batter. All right, well, Luke, what's in your box? What's in your Tupper? Tupperware, Luke? You guys got to see this Tupperware bowl. Bring it in. All right, Luke, our intern's going to be here next on the Sports Hub.
You're listening to Solak and Bertrand get you through the midday. Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
Luke is here. Luke Fitz. Now, I know you as Luke Fitzpatrick.
That's me.
Okay. Because there's Fitzgerald,
Correct.
Fitzgibbons,
Fitzpatrick, you got it.
Patrick? No, but I'm saying, what are the other Fitzes?
Oh, Fitzharris, Fitzsimmons. There's a lot of them.
Oh, Fitzsimmons is a good one.
Yeah. I have one of my friends from school. His last name is Fitzsimmons, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of other Fitzes.
I don't know of too many.
Fitzpatrick. So if you were to wear like a jersey of a Fitzpatrick, who would it be?
The only one that comes to mind is Ryan. But
have you ever looked up famous Fitzpatrick?
I can't say that I have.
How would you have not done that yet?
It's a good question. It's not really something that I wake up and think about. Have you looked up famous Murrays? I'm sure. Well, that's a common one.
There's two. There's one here already.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's true.
No, I would say that Eddie Murray played baseball.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. I would say Glenn Murray played for the Bruins here. He was very, very, very good. Yeah, a lot of famous Murrays. Andy Murray was a tennis player.
DeMarco Murray, great running back.
DeMarco Murray was a really good running back. I just looked it up. There's not many Fitzpatricks.
No, not many. But you know what? That makes me unique.
And I typed
the last name unique.
I typed in famous Fitzpatricks in sports, and they just give me famous Ryan Fitzpatrick. Do you know where he went to college?
Harvard. Yeah,
correct. He has a beard.
I'm aware.
And had a beard. All right. Oh, what about Dick? Oh no, wait, no, he's not.
No, that doesn't. That's also with an S. That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. All right. So, before we get to what's in the box, the Red Sox are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Aroldis Chapman got the out to get them out of the side. He doesn't pitch multiple innings often. Who do the Red Sox go to here in the 8th inning?
I think they're still going to bring out Chapman, at least to face Bryce Harper. That's my.
Oh, did you notice this? Did you notice this the other night? Maz actually tweeted about it. Harper wanted to acknowledge Chapman as this was a respected showdown.
They kind of do like the head nod. It happened earlier in the year. Oh, was it Devers? I'm thinking of Devers.
Devers and Cora. Yeah.
But I love that. Do we see a lot of gamesmanship like that anymore?
Oh, I guess Devers. Yeah, Devers and Chapman. Yeah. But
do you get what I'm saying though?
I like it.
Yeah.
But you notice how Chapman's like the guy that
nobody else is doing, but he's doing it 37 and doing it that long.
But the thing is he's a highly decorated.
Right.
I mean, Chapman. I mean, he's not good enough and doesn't have the. He probably will never have. I don't know, Skaz. Maybe I hate you to look it up back here, but where does Chapman rank amongst closers? And I know that he's.
I believe he's. Sorry to cut you off. I believe he's third among active closers and saves.
Well, not for nothing, but wasn't Rivera was a setup man for Wetland back in the 90s?
Before my day,
exactly. But what I'm trying to say though is that Mariano Rivera was a tremendous setup man.
Right.
He was the greatest closer of all time.
So Luke is right. He's third among active. If you want to call Craig Kimbrell still active, Kenley Jansen at 1 for active, 464. Craig Kimbrell is 440. Chapman has 352 saves. He is 14th all time.
Okay, it's probably not Hall of Fame.
Chapman is 14th all time in saves.
I will give it to Chapman though. He has a lot. There are only 2 guys in front of him who have less innings pitched. So
he's still Chapman, by the way. He's still going.
He's doing there are guys in front of him. Jeff Reardon had 1,100 innings pitched. Chapman's at 800. So maybe sample size. I don't know. He's probably not a Hall of Famer though.
Nothing he's done off the field is helping his case.
That's very true. Not a good guy.
Yeah,
not a good guy.
I know.
Supposedly respected around the league and by his teammates. But
clearly around the league.
Yeah, but
I'll take the off-field stuff. At times, I think of Jansen as a potential.
I think Kenley Jansen and Craig Kimbrell are both Hall of Fame.
I would agree with that.
Kimbrell, huh?
Unfortunately, I do think Kimbrell's numbers put him in there. But I never felt
Kimbrell's
safe.
two-time World Series?
Never felt safe when he was in a game.
Two-time World Series champion? One time?
At least once.
Yeah, right.
Kimbrell was,
and he wasn't very good in that run either. So
Kimbrell was dominant with the Braves, right?
He was dominant with the Red Sox during the regular season.
Yeah.
Just in any big game, he was not.
I know people love to do like Hall of Fame talk, and I'm only bringing it up because I do think K-Rod's going to get in. Like, K-Rod to me is a no-brainer.
I think he should get in.
He's coming up. Maybe not this year, next year. So I think he's an absolute no-brainer. But is there another closer? Like, Billy Wagner got in.
Trevor Hoffman, he's got to be in,
he's
right?
in, yeah. No, just real quick. Billy Wagner versus Chapman, I think I would say Wagner. I really do. Longevity. But Chapman played for big games, big teams, big moments. He was a highly paid, regarded reliever. Remember the Cubs series? The Yankees? Royals. He's played in huge games.
Yeah, I mean, what he's most known for with the Cubs is a low light of his career.
Yep.
But still won a World Series.
Like Andrew Miller had a fantastic run. Remember, played for the Red Sox, went to Cleveland and just took off as just a tremendous middle
you think
reliever.
Andrew Miller is a Hall of Famer?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
But you know what though? He's not, because he underachieved for what he should have been.
He had a great steady career though.
He had a great career.
Closers that are in the Hall of Fame: Rivera, Hoffman, Lee Smith, Billy Wagner, Eck, obviously, Dennis Eckersley, Raleigh Fingers.
Stay in the yard.
Rich Gossage.
Oh! So, okay. Keep going. Anybody else?
Bruce Sutter.
He's yeah.
It's kind of like kickers. They're hard to get in.
So, let's tell you what's going on here. The Red Sox went back to Chapman. Harper swung at the first pitch and popped out. 2 pitches later, fly ball to right, out. Then what just happened, Luke?
JT Real Muto 410 to dead center.
Dead center 410.
So does that make you like? Are you saying that hindsight is now 2020 and that leaving Chapman in the game?
I think they left him in too long.
I think Harper was right. I think you made the right. I think you were right, Luke.
You called it.
But
I think you bring him out for Harper.
So if you bring him out for Harper, doesn't he have to face a third batter or no? Because he got the last inning.
He pitched the inning before, so I don't think so.
No.
Okay,
but I
so
could
they
be
could
wrong.
have taken him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You called it. You
Just
said he's
keep him
going to
in for
face
Harper.
Harper.
Yeah.
Take him out. Now who's warming? Is
Are you
anybody
saying?
warming?
Are you saying that I am better at Alex Cora's job than Alex Cora
I
at
think
Alex Cora's job?
that you gave a take, and it was right.
But
yes.
Yeah, no.
Can you take a take?
Yes. No. Yes. I agree.
Hey,
but
Joe,
here's the thing.
Thank you,
no,
Joe.
No. I appreciate it. But here's the thing: is that after letting him face whoever was after Harper, I don't remember by now, but whoever the 4 hitter is, and retiring him, I then would have let him face Real Muto as well.
So you would have. See, is it hindsight? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always 2020.
Is it hindsight? Yes. But you even said it.
Yes, I would have taken him out after Harper. Yes, and I would have put in probably Whitlock to go the last 5 outs.
Asking Chapman to throw an inning and a third, I understand is difficult these days, but he never does it. He never does it. I know the team needs him right now. I know he struck out the next guy, and they got out of the inning in a tie game. But if this thing goes to 10,
I don't like.
and
the Red
they
Sox
don't
odds.
score in the 10th, it's over.
Yeah, I don't like the Red Sox odds if this goes to extra innings at all. They're 0-7 on the road in extra innings this year or something like that.
All right, I'm going to take a quick call.
We haven't even gotten to my food.
I was going to say, get your box ready.
Oh, it's right here. It's ready.
Okay, hang on.
You don't even know what I have for you, Joe.
No, I want to know.
All right.
Antonio's in Brockton. Antonio.
Joe, what's going on, brother? How are you?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I've been better, but I guess I can't complain. Hey, listen, you over here talking about Oreos and Chips Ahoy's and stuff. You make me really hungry, man. I got some sort of a procedure tomorrow. I got to fast. Oh man, I'm so hungry right now. It's making me think about really good pizza.
Yeah, where would you go?
The best.
Where would you go in Brockton?
So that's the thing, brother. I don't go to Brockton.
Well, you live
The
there.
best pizza around is in Town Spot in Stoughton.
I agree.
But specifically, they got a specific pizza.
I get linguiça.
That's the best.
I get linguiça pizza when I go there.
Linguiça's not too bad, but they got an even better one.
Yeah.
It's a cheese pizza with the cheeses of the sauces of the cheeses.
Explain.
It's the best one, hands down, that they got.
So it's a pizza with the sauces and the cheeses.
The sauces of the cheeses and the sauce. It's a normal cheese pizza, but with the cheeses of the sauces of the cheeses on it. It's so good, Joe. It's the best pizza they have around.
You guys understand?
It's not a normal menu item they have over at Town Spa, though.
So just say it one more time for me.
All right, it's a normal cheese pizza, all right? With the cheeses of the sauces of the cheeses. Is basically what it is.
So the cheeses of the sauces?
All right. Let me explain it. All right, a cheese of sauce. You have your sauce of cheeses of the cheese. Then you take out those cheeses and you put in the sauces. Then, this is a kicker. You take out those sauces, you put back in the cheeses. It's not a normal menu item they have, Joe. It's basically like a normal cheese pizza with extra sauce and extra cheese.
Thank you. Get all that?
I have no idea what kind of pizza that gentleman's eating.
We have listeners who are probably like, I'm not high enough for this.
I'm certainly not.
All right, Luke. What the hell's in your box?
All right, Joe.
Look, hold it up for everybody. On YouTube, everybody, go down over to YouTube. I'll get it up a little higher there. See, okay.
Yeah, let me spin around. Hold on.
I'm going to eyeball this bad.
All right, yeah, please. Before you do this, I got to tell you, Joe, I saw TikTok the other day, and it was like the guy at work who is overly obsessed with your lunch. And I even sent it to Cece, and I was like, this is the most Joe Murray thing that I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'll admit, yeah. I get FOMO.
Yeah.
Like, I whenever I see Skaz eating, I don't ask anymore because I know he's getting a peanut butter sandwich.
There's no need for FOMO tonight, Joe, because I brought some cookies. And you're more than welcome to have one. So,
have you ever told your mom that I enjoyed her?
I did. She might be listening right now.
Well, Mrs. Fitz, I've told your son before that I really love cheesecake. And
you never told me you love cheese. You said brownies.
I love brownies.
Yeah.
But how about a brownie cheesecake?
I can't say I've ever. I'm not a big cheesecake guy.
But imagine the outer layer of a cheesecake. It's a brownie. Anyways, so you showed your box, okay?
Yeah.
I tweeted it out at Joey Murray, and I let the people answer. Okay, so this is what we got. Everyone calls it Tupperware. Maybe a fork and a salad, somebody said. Are those tortillas? Someone asked.
Close.
Is that a live octopus? Someone asked. Someone else asked, is there a rotisserie chicken in there? Somebody else said that looks like cordyceps from fungus. Clams, someone says. Jeff, some form
bringing
of
clams in a Tupperware.
Jeff, who always listens, some form of taco and sour cream.
That's the closest one yet.
Okay. It looks like scraps out of the garbage. Someone else sent more cordyceps. Kendra checking in. Why does it look like he's having goalie gloves for dinner?
The goalie gloves one was interesting. Yeah. I don't see it, though. I looked at the photo again. I don't see it.
Joe, it's not a three-way beef. Must be a South Shore dinner. Fish tank. So that's what we got. So may I gather?
Please.
Okay, so my mind's eye tells me there's some pigs in a blanket in there.
That's correct.
My mind's eye tells me that there's some sort of empanada in there or rangoon.
That's a term for it, correct. That's also because me and Skaz said that. But
you did?
Continue. We said taquito bites, similar idea.
Oh, okay. I thought
correct though. Correct. 2 for 2. No.
Taquito was a different thing.
Same.
Okay.
I don't continue. You want me to take the lid off?
Yeah, actually. We get a little whiff.
We got some sauces in here as well. Oh, that's cheating.
Is there salsa?
Our Red Sox got a base runner. No, it's ketchup.
Ketchup.
Yeah. Salsa. Ketchup. You want me to tell you what the 3 sauces I have? All right, we have.
What's in the box, Luke?
All right, ketchup. Sour cream.
Ketchup and sour.
Well, all right. I'm not like mixing them. They're going with separate things.
Have you ever done mixed them?
No, I not those two together. And then Chick-fil-A sauce, Joe.
Oh, that's like who has just Chick-fil-A sauce hanging around?
A lot of people, myself and a lot of people I know.
What do you?
I got some Chick-fil-A sauce in the fridge.
Thank
they
you,
sell it
Skaz.
at Market Basket.
Market Basket,
Get
Target.
like a ketchup bottle of it.
Yeah.
A little Polynesian.
Come on, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I got that on
You
deck.
can get all of the other Chick-fil-A sauces as well. I think.
Joe's making a pit stop on the way home.
You can probably get them at CVS.
Okay.
The wheels are turning. I can see them.
Keep going. What else we got?
I think the empanada thing you're referring to, it's this guy right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the people see
let
it.
the people see it,
Yeah,
bro. Don't
you're
hide
right.
it.
Yeah, I forgot. All right, this is.
I'm a guy at work that wants to know what you're eating.
Yeah,
That's a Rangoon type thing, right?
Yeah, I don't really know what it's called. It's got chicken on the inside.
Yeah, it's like a quesadilla.
Sure. And then these down at the bottom, these are the so-called
pigs in a
taquito
blanket.
bites. No.
Oh, those are the taquito bites, and there's the pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, like so.
Where the hell do you come up with a combination of that to put in that little tupper to bring to work? Who does this?
It's just in the freezer. I don't know. I got nothing for you, Joe. It's good though. You're missing out.
This is Luke every night, though. One of the first weeks he was here, he was just like, I eat a lot. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But every night he comes in with that Tupperware in basically a cooler that he brings in. And it's like he literally, put his arm on a shelf of his fridge and just slid it into a box. And then there's his meal for the night. It's a very college-esque meal. I respect it.
My palate at school is not very exquisite.
Not a lot to eat up in Ithaca?
No, like the school on campus or the food on campus.
Do you know that I would throw all of that in the air fryer and have a hell of a time?
Sure you would. I believe it. McCarthy would agree with me, by the way, on the Ithaca food. That there's decent restaurants in the area, but the options on campus. I love the school, don't get me wrong. This is not a a knock or anything.
Okay. Joe's in Leominster. Joe?
Okay, Joe, I don't know why this guy can't describe this pizza from Town Spa Pizza, but I don't know what's going on. It's a garlic pizza. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
if you like garlic, because if you like garlic, it's a garlic pizza, but it's also family owned.
Yeah, I know.
It's really easy to find. The place is big. It's got a big bar.
Joe, I grew up in Hyde Park. I've been to Town Spa 1,000,000 times in my life.
Oh. Well, I don't know why this guy can't describe that pizza. Also, are you in on Olive Garden dressing?
I do love that tour of Italy at Olive Garden. But seriously, I don't think I've been to Olive Garden since COVID.
I've never been to Olive Garden.
Get the hell out of here.
Never.
For real?
Never in my life. I actually recently at school discovered Chili's. And Chili's... No, Joe. Chili's.
How about a TGI Fridays?
Never been. But we agree Chili's is unbelievable.
Chili's rules.
Yeah.
They have a $10 meal deal where you can get a drink, chips, and chicken crispers for $10.
Do you like Applebee's?
So listen, Applebee's is like the generic chain that
It's fine.
I'll eat it.
Yeah.
They in Stepbrook. What was it? Talladega Nights. They ate at Applebee's. We have to go to break. What's your brother's name?
James.
Is he calling in?
He might be. We'll see.
Does he ask as many questions as you do? How did I get Jeopardy Joe when we have Luke? All right. Well, what's in your box? Can we have the song? We'll go to break here.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
What's in Luke's box? Yeah, his Tupperware. What's in Luke's box? His Tupperware. All right, everybody, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Luke?
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Yeah, kid, the cheese on top of the cheese, man. And then you get the cheeses and you put the cheese on top of the cheese, and then your cheese and the pepperoni is in the sauce and the cheese.
about that.
Well,
I don't know.
It was because she lost her life and had no friends, so she catered after the birds because that was who loved her and showed emotion.
That's a beautiful spin you put on it. Fair play.
You two brothers. So, anyways, what do you got, Brett? What do you got tonight, James?
I have some thoughts. I'm a diehard Celtics fan. I've been a Celtics fan. I can remember pulling for Jared Sullinger. I love Jeff Green. Like, I've been through the depths with these guys growing up. I've been so happy about the direction they've been on. I was elated about the championship. I think Brad Stevens has done an excellent job. And I say this to preface the fact that I feel really disappointed about this offseason. I like the Anthony Simons move. I think I rate him highly as a player. I really rate him. I've had him on my fantasy team a couple of years, so I've been following him closely. But outside of that, like Niang and I don't even know who, they might call me to play center. I might be called in to play center at the beginning of the season, so I'm just really concerned about that. Also, I think it just kind of sends a bad message to Peyton Pritchard not platforming him this year and putting him in the starting lineup. So I'm curious what you guys thought on that. And then I had another question for you guys after that.
I got one more for you, though.
Yeah.
Does your brother partake in certain extracurricular?
What extracurricular are you talking about?
Maybe like cannabis?
No, he doesn't. He's good. He's a good boy.
What about you?
Depends.
Well, how about right now?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay, because I was, following along there. I didn't know, just trying to. What was your other question?
My other question was, who do you think is in a better position going forward, the Patriots or the Celtics?
I think the Celtics are still closer than the Patriots. I'm sorry I hung up on your brother. He can't lie to me. He had to be stoned, right?
I mean, I would say...
No. Guys, it's very welcome.
I would say it's encouraged even on the night show. I'm disappointed when callers call in sober.
Yeah, don't call in... Yeah. I almost hope he's lying to me.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick may be listening.
Mrs. Fitz, listen.
We're a cannabis-friendly program.
Mrs. Fitz, okay? The world is smoking marijuana. The world is. They have dispensaries everywhere. They have consumption lounges. Everyone's doing it, man. It's almost like if you're not, I wonder about you.
I wanted to know, New York delicacy. What's he getting into?
Damn it!
What's he eating?
I wanted to ask. He is so embarrassed, huh? No, your brother was cool. Your brother put you over, bro.
He did put him over. It's a good older brother right there.
If there's anything I can say about your brother, he's a loyal bro. Those are hard to find. This hour of the Sports Hub is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. We're going to take a break here. We'll get you your headline. Right now, the Red Sox are in extra innings, 10th, tied at 6. The headline, I'll tell you what's going on. And we're going to welcome in the Boston Bettors Network, which includes Dan Lifshatz, Julian Edlow of DraftKings, and Chris Thurston of Wager Talk. The three of them will be in studio coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the
Sports Hub. We got something funny for you coming up in a minute here. Just to get you updated on the Red Sox, they have a 7-6 lead. You may have just heard in headlines. Trevor Story with the go-ahead RBI with the ghost runner in the top of the 10th. Normally, when they don't score in the top of the 10th, they lose. But one out, runner on third base for Philly, Greg Weissert on the mound will certainly keep you posted. So, it is the season for future bets. 'Tis the season. I'm already looking at college football stuff. I like Navy this year, Dan Lifshatz, who's in studio. Hang on for that. I'll give you Dan Lifshatz of 98.5 The Sports Hub. Right? You'll be on this Sunday?
I am. I'm on
still
with Matt.
here?
I'm still kicking from time to time on with Matt McCarthy this Sunday.
Still here. Next to him is Julian Edlow of DraftKings. Julian, you can find his work at DraftKings Sportsbook.
There you go.
You can at DraftKings Network. We'll say that.
DK
Thank you, Joe.
Network.
Dan knows how to plug me.
DK Network. That's right. Yeah, I learned the hard way. By the way, tie game 7-7.
Oh, great.
Oh, that happened quick.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Core
blew it in the most important game of the year, possibly.
And then next to him is Chris Thurston. People would know him on social media as CT Bets.
People might soon know him as me and CT sharing a mic unless we figure this situation out. But we blew up the studio here. We got a 4-man crew now.
There you go.
There we go. We're fixed.
I'm here, Joe. Thanks for having us. Sorry about that.
Chris Thurston of where now?
I guess at Boston Handicappers and Sports Grid. That's the only two things I'm doing right now, Joe.
So the Boston Handicappers Network.
That's right.
Gee, that's original throwing Boston in there, huh?
I mean, look, it was boring. What am I going to do? I can't think of. I'm not like the creative type. I can't think of the Hammer or the Action Network or you know what I mean. Like I'm Dan
Lifshatz Network.
No, I'm not doing that either. Like I'm an a-hole, but not that much of an a-hole. That's like that's real bad. No, I can't do that either. So no interest in doing that. Chris and I were, talking about doing this. Obviously, we know we're under 98.5. The podcast is over. Yada yada yada.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, how many years, Dan? 7, 8?
7.5, 8, whatever it was. Yeah, long time.
We had a good run.
That's a hell of a run.
We even got a
radio.
nickname.
Yeah, that we did not make ourselves. By the way,
we did not give ourselves the nickname.
Yeah, make that abundantly clear.
I'm not out on self-proclaimed nicknames.
It's weird.
I thought it was a good one.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So Julian Edlow's here.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking to the diamond, I don't know if you can you hear yourself okay?
I can hear myself.
Okay,
You
great.
guys hear me?
We're good.
You have to turn it, Jules.
So I figured the three of you together would probably just bust each other's
Am I
balls
not
the
speaking
entire
into the
time.
right place?
Exactly.
All right.
Well, the reason why I have these guys
diamond
here is,
talking to the diamond.
the reason why these guys are here is they're starting a new podcast. And where else, for real, where else locally, like a local point of view on the landscape of betting. Betting is not, like, that's why I said Boston. I was kind of busting some chops there.
More.
And, Boston versus the Buck. I don't know. Somebody might say that.
All right.
Somebody might say
Yeah,
somebody might point it out, right?
Good guys.
Somebody might point it out.
Sure, Jules.
I just wanted
Good
to
guys.
mention that it's not just Boston sports. You guys, obviously, because gambling's nationwide.
That's a Vegas show, though.
Okay.
But good
It
guys.
is. To be fair, the reason why we did it is because we are just being 100% transparent. It's probably going to expand from just us three, and we'll probably end up adding more shows eventually. Like that's like the plan, you know what I mean? Like to do something that's not just us, but like that's what we're doing right now. We're doing college football. We're going to run it through from the start of college football week 0 with the NFL all the way through the end of April with college basketball. We're going to run it through, to the final, March Madness.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this.
We're going to run it through the whole thing.
And you guys are three different personalities.
Very different.
I would say that when Chris really gets going, he can ride you hard.
Yeah.
The two of us, both Jules and I, kind of give it to him a little bit, but it's all good, all in good fun. We love the banter.
No, you guys are great. I love the banter you guys have. Jules is kind of like a silent assassin.
I like that.
But at the same time, now listen, Jules,
Definitely not.
I've done it myself. I have done before. Hey, I'm going to pick a no hole in one for whatever, and then there's a hole in one happens immediately. So I have been known to do that many of a time. So that's right up my alley. I'm sure we all give out picks and we lose. But what I like about all of us, for that matter, is the fact that we give out a pick and we stick our necks out there. You don't like our pick, you can go against it, right?
Yep.
So when someone blames you for losing, I think they're the idiots because, I don't know, you can make your own decisions.
I believe, as someone once said, fade or follow.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Famous words, Jules. I agree.
Yeah.
So you guys recorded your first podcast tonight.
We're in the middle.
hosts?
I'm host.
Oh, yeah, so Dan Lachette is the host of the show.
He knows everything.
I know everything.
Did you know that?
That's right.
He knows everything.
That's right.
Yep.
The group chat title is going to be named "I Know Everything." Soon enough.
No, I feel like that's right. And now Dan Lachette, he knows everything.
That's right. 100%.
That's we might have entered a college football against the spread contest with the team name Dan Knows Everything.
That's right.
Because one of us might have been in Vegas and picked the name.
That's right. And it certainly was not me.
All right.
Might have been me.
It might have been
the silent assassin.
All right. I want to take from you guys before we go to break.
0% chance that's sticking.
As you can see, the Viva Tequilas have not been cracked yet. So I can only imagine what these guys are going to do when they leave. But there are Viva Tequilas in the studio, which is an outstanding drink. Yeah, and I see it all over Nesson all the time.
That's right.
Yes.
So go out there and enjoy your Vivas this summer. Guys, I don't understand the Patriots 8.5 games win total set. It was 7.5. And they're favored in 11 games. So, Joe Math, I'm trying to figure this out. Favored in 11, win total 8.5.
Yep.
Open 7.5, bought up. Are you guys over or under on it? And why are they favored in 11 games, but the number's only 8.5?
You can start, Dan, and then I'll give my piece.
I have a very strong
We're both
take.
foaming at the mouth here, Joe.
Yeah.
We've been arguing about it for months now.
Yeah,
This is great.
So,
How much time do we have?
10 minutes.
So I have a very strong take in this. I think it's maybe the worst win total set this year. Historically, the jump that people are asking the Patriots to make in a second-year quarterback with a new head coach, it has never been done before. In the history of the NFL, a team has never made that sort of jump with this sort of quarterback and a new head coach in their second year. Now, I guess that saying it's not impossible, but it's super unlikely. The expectations around here are ridiculous. Their best wide receiver is a guy who is coming off ACL surgery. He's 31. They brought in an offense coordinator who, regardless of what the fans think, is pretty not great. I just think that's a nice way to put it. He has times where he's been helpful and has helped the offense and done some things, but for the most part, I think the defenses and Tom Brady have made him look fantastic outside of New England. He's been horrendous with elite talent all over the board. He's been horrendous, I think is a good way to put it. Defensively, I think they're really good, but I think that they added a whole bunch of older guys. So unfortunately, the reality is right now, Joe, is that I think that this team is way too hyped by the local media, by the national media. I think Vrabel is a really, really good head coach, and I expect him to be competitive in a lot of games. But expecting them to make the jump to 9-10 wins is absolutely astronomical and is really just historically it's never happened the way that's gone. It would be historical if they won 9 or 10 games.
They have 8 wins in the last 3 seasons.
The circa
2 seasons, really.
The circa line for the playoffs the other day was minus 160. Minus 160. I mean,
at a sharp book.
At a sharp book.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, I mean it's insane, and someone may or may not have
follow the numbers, right?
But
this is stuff that you will preach on your podcast about. If a sharp book is posting no to make the playoffs, it's probably some intel or money in on that.
Well, I mean they list yes no for everything, but the number, what I'm saying was just absolutely absurd. It's now sitting near minus 205. I mean it was nuts. Yeah, It's ridiculous. The expectations are out of whack here for the New England Patriots. By the way, the offensive line is. We haven't even talked about the offensive line.
Guys were breaking it down today, Dan.
Yeah,
not me. I'm not doing it.
I heard that there were some guys talking about it. I'll tell you, the offensive line is. Will Campbell again. You watch college football, he's
not the answer.
Yeah, probably not going to be the offensive lineman that everyone thinks he is.
What are you guys on?
I'll go quick, Jules.
You
just
go.
'cause I know
I'll
you
wrap
have
us up.
Probably the opposite side as
No,
as we,
not
we
necessarily.
do.
I just
But
have some numbers to go with it too.
I'm with Dan. Joe, I mean, they opened this 7.5, and now it ticks up a game to 8.5. I think the expectations are outrageous. With Dan, I mean, Vrabel's a great coach, but how do you expect him to just come in here first year with a second-year trigger man, and like Dan said, your quote-unquote best player coming off the ACL? I mean, that's a tough injury to come off of. And now Diggs is just supposed to be this, all-pro wide receiver catching balls from Jake May, and they're going to win 9-10 games. It's unrealistic right now. And the schedule, I think, people are saying that it's kind of this cakewalk schedule. But I mean, looking at it, I don't think the Raiders is just roll the balls out and win. I don't. And Dan and I are higher on the Dolphins than most.
Yep.
So the schedule's tough here. I don't see it. I don't know how you get to 9, Joe. I'm on the under with Dan.
All right, real quick. Would you guys live bet the Red Sox or Phillies here? The line's minus 211 Phillies plus 159 Red Sox.
I mean, I think this bet probably is the entire game right here. Based upon it. If you're betting, so I mean, who's up right now?
The visiting team has won more than the home team in these situations. I just wouldn't bet the Red Sox. They're 0-7 in these situations.
One out right now.
They're not an extra innings team.
One out. They're not
See
an
what
extra
it just
innings
flipped
teams.
to right now,
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah.
Wow. So something must
happen.
Just happened there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll find out.
It's coming here.
There is. This is. Okay.
What's the number now?
It's gone up big time because we're a little behind here.
Gotcha. Okay.
But while we do that,
Book's
Julian
always ahead.
Edlow, what do you got on the
Yeah,
Patriots
Jules.
win
All right,
total?
so
Tell everyone
look,
what you
they're
bet on the
gonna
Patriots.
give it to me here because I bet the Patriots over 7.5 on the open.
Great bet.
I'm gonna bring it back with. I'm gonna be bringing it back with some under 8.5. The 4 wins, 9 wins seems unrealistic. And here's what we're waiting to see here from the Red Sox. Is that a home run?
That is a home run.
That is a
Call
home
it.
run.
Go ahead.
That'll flip the number. Who hit that?
Narvaez.
All right.
Finally having a good night
Was there
after
catcher's
two
interference
previous
on that,
games.
or no? That's
No,
There might have been fan interference on it, actually, to be honest with you.
much closer to fan interference than catcher interference.
So,
All right.
so you're on the under. You guys are all on the under.
Well,
Jules
I'll
on the
preface it
over.
by saying
Jules
I
on the
did
over.
bet over 7.5 on the open. I will be bringing it back with some under 8.5 and or some under 7.5 at bigger plus money that'll lock me in some guaranteed profit. I would not advise you to play over 8.5. It's too much of a jump. But like these guys broke down the team, so forget about the team. I'll just bring you some numbers from DraftKings Sportsbook. People are encouraged, and by the way, this opened 7.5 almost everywhere. DraftKings did open this 8.5.
Yep.
One of the only shops to open at 8.5. So I know, it's we're based here out of Boston. It's a Boston book, so maybe a little bit more bullish on the Pats. But to see it open 8.5 there, what was surprising. AFC East splits are what surprised me the most because, as you would expect, 92% of the bets are on the Bills to win the division for 72% of the handle. That's the money. 5% of the bets are on the Patriots to win the AFC East. Small number. That makes up 22% of the dollars at DraftKings Sportsbook, more than 4 times the money than the bets. So somebody at DraftKings Sportsbook is making larger wagers on the Patriots at big plus money. What are they, like 6-7 to 1 to win the division? Somebody has placed those bets rather large at DraftKings. So those are in there. Win total, I'll say, which is 8.5 and has not budged at DraftKings. 59% of the bets are on the over at 8.5.
I'm surprised that's 59. I thought it would be more like 95.
6 out of 10 bettors are going over. However, handle is dead even. It's 50% of the money. The money's balanced on both sides, just how you would want it. So 8.5, too lofty for me, but those are some numbers at DK Sportsbook where 6 out of 10 bettors are going over despite the 8.5 opener, even though other shops opened at 7.5.
I'll tell you this: there's a few shops, not just DK. I know BOL is like they're like a pretty big sharp book. They take big. The number one bet win total over under is Patriots, and it's by 2 times everything else. So the handle on the Patriots over is number one there. Circa the number one bet win total in all of the NFL, Patriots over. Also by a large margin.
So the reason that other books are going to have more handle on the over is because DK is one of the only 8.5 openers which is why that early handle is going to be, if you're betting the over, you're going 7.5, and other places are going to have all that handle.
Which is totally fair. I'm not even talking about handle. I'm just talking about pure number of tickets, the actual number of tickets.
Oh, right.
Handle.
Yeah.
Just in terms of it's Joe. When we did the podcast, we did the show. One of the big rules about the NFL win totals, especially, was fade the hype. Like last year,
fade the overs.
Fade the hype. Everyone last year, who they love? Atlanta. Under. Atlanta. Everyone loved Atlanta. Way under.
What happened?
Right. I mean, they got killed. At Dallas was super hype last year for whatever reason. Under.
Bears.
The Bears were super hyped.
Under.
Like, I mean, they're the teams that usually get an insane amount of hype. It's usually year 2 that those teams end up having some success in that situation. So I would say, if I'm a Patriots fan, the Patriots aren't nearly as good this year. I would say, hey, maybe wait for next year. I think you'll probably have some more success next year. I just think sometimes teams get really hyped and then it's just too much. It's way too much.
We'll go to break. We'll re-rack this.
Okay.
The Red Sox have a lead 9-7 on a Carlos Narvaez home run.
They call it a home run?
By the way, could have been fan interference. We might as well start calling him interference.
That's right.
Carlos interference.
He was the other night.
Jeez. But 9-7, so we'll get our eyes on that. We're talking some betting. I know we don't have to keep it local. What I want from each of you guys before we go to break, or think about this during the break, just a bet. What's a bet? College, anything. Just a season future bet that you think is going to hit.
I meant to throw one other Pat's splits out here from DraftKings. The most bet coach of the year by tickets and handle.
Yeah,
would be Mr. Mike
He's
Vrabel,
the
6-1
too, right?
Yeah.
Well,
he's tied with Ben Johnson as the favorite, and they are both the most bet.
They both fit the parameters of a NFL coach of the year, which makes sense. You have to have a win total 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. That's pretty much it. Has to be in that win total range, and you have to make a big jump in terms of wins.
Dan, who's going to have a better second year? Caleb Williams or Drake May? Don't answer.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray.
9-7. My take, it might not be a strong one. Crap all over it, everybody. Feel free to, please. And if you want, you got any betting questions? The Boston Betters Network is here.
Network.
I got to work on that.
Boston, it's fun. Just remember BHN, or whatever might be easier.
Boston.
I mean,
Bettors
somebody
Network.
just came into the
Boston
studio and took you
Handicappers.
like 8
BHN.
tries to guess where they live.
BHN.
Yeah.
What is it? Malden, Medford,
So what
New
did I
Hampshire?
Katie, our former intern that works on our street team now, and she just came in. And I go, where are you living now? Malden, Somerville? I said every area
Literally
but
everywhere.
Charlestown. That's where she lives. So I shot and missed. My take of the year is the Chiefs are not making the playoffs. I think it's more about the division than it is about their struggles.
That's a hot take.
So I'm going to bet on it.
Okay.
I think it is in that division. I think it's the who am I missing on this one? Broncos,
Chargers, Raiders.
Sorry.
Raiders.
I think the Raiders will be improved. Believe it or not.
I think all of them will be improved except for Kansas City.
But I'm fading Kansas City, guys. I'm not going out on a limb or anything. I don't have the Chiefs making the playoffs, and I'm going with the Super Bowl loser effect.
Okay.
What do you guys got? You got anything good?
Did you see what Carroll said the other day? He came out and he was like, I've been winning 10 games plus for 20 years, and I expect to do that again. and I don't care who hears that. I thought that was pretty aggressive.
I love Pete Carroll, man.
Why would you care at
love
his
the guy.
stage, at his age? Like, why care?
He doesn't care. He's a placeholder coach, man.
Dan, goes back to what I said. I don't think that's roll the balls out and a win for the Patriots week 1.
I don't either. I don't either.
It opened 3.5. The Patriots are 16-26 their last 3 years or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't win at home. Sorry, I'm yelling.
I can. Well, that number's now 3, and it's almost now 2.5. I think it's going to be. I think it's 3 minus 120 ish.
Any stock into Ashton Genty never playing in an Eastern time zone?
No, I don't.
Me either. None.
I don't.
Someone tried to throw that one out.
Good stat.
I just missed it.
Don't care about that.
Yeah.
I
whatsoever.
said doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll say this: the sharp money has all been on Vegas. Every single sharp person I know. There's a few people I know who made Vegas the favorite in that game, who are widely respected. Not me. I'm much smarter than me. Much.
Anything else? Can we do an NFL?
Only KC pushback that I'll give is before the break we were talking how overhyped teams you want to go against. Everybody seems to be down on the Chiefs after that Super Bowl performance. DraftKings wise, I know people are going against the Chiefs is the popular way to go, and I don't know. Maybe KC has a little something to prove this year. Coming off that game against Philly, they got absolutely dominated.
I kind of think I was. I
don't have a play either way.
I'm a huge Bo Nix guy, right? I was a huge Bo Nix guy. I loved him for Rookie of the Year last year. I had the Broncos over every which way, making the playoffs, etc. I kind of think that team is now. If you take I'm not a huge schedule guy, but the schedule for them is brutal.
It's difficult.
And I now think the hype, even though I love Bo Nix, and I think he's going to be a very good
Maybe
NFL
there's some
quarterback.
tape on him too.
I think there's a little bit too much hype on the Denver Broncos. 10 games this year. They're now playing basically a second place schedule. I know they're third place, but they're playing a second place schedule basically in the division from what you look at. And I think they kind of sneakily got worse this offseason. So I'm down a little bit down on Denver. That's the only reason I think Kansas City makes the playoffs, because I think Denver might be potentially the fourth team in that division. I think
that should be a segment on the show.
Sneakily, potentially.
Hey, who are sneakily?
Yeah.
I think Denver's the fourth place team in that division.
Okay.
I think
that would hurt my Kansas City Chiefs bet.
Right, which is kind of my thought process on it. I think that's the only reason I think
that's
Kansas
fine.
City
I'm
going
to stick it out there, and when the Chiefs go to the playoffs in another Super Bowl, Joe, you suck. Thank you.
I don't think it's a bad bet. Like, depending on the number you get, I don't think it's.
But
a bad bet.
I do feel you guys are making good points. It's kind of the trendy fade. I mean, it's almost, and it's kind of dumb.
I don't think people are
That's why
fading
I'm
them
betting
that
it, though.
aggressively, though. It's more like win total under and not betting them to win the division, where big plus money to miss the playoffs. I don't think people are looking at it that hard.
What do you guys feel has been the biggest hype for a team outside the Patriots? I think they're by far the number one team with hype this offseason. Who else in the NFL is getting that ridiculous hype to go over or have a really good year? Because I actually feel like this year, more than ever, there's actually less hype around teams. I think it's realistically just kind of mostly the Patriots. I can't think of like another team that's getting like legitimate hype, but I could be wrong.
In college football, mine's Notre Dame. 10.5, the highest win total all of college football.
Yeah, there's no other team that's 10.5, right?
No.
I don't think. Yeah.
Ohio State, Penn State.
10.5,
But still,
and
10. I
Penn
mean,
State's 10.5.
The only
Yeah,
reason
that's juice big time, right?
But 10.5, like Notre Dame's respected, right? They went to the playoff last year, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
They were in the final.
They lost the final. That's
Yeah,
right.
Ohio State
That was
just
bad.
demolished them.
You guys hit big on that. I remember.
That was a nice one.
That was a good one.
I had Notre Dame first half, and then I lost the rest of the bets.
Jeremiah Love comes back. I mean, yeah, they're going to be solid.
While we're on it, and I don't want to forget your guys' big bets either, but Bill Belichick, the win total, North Carolina, they're going to be on television a ton. The Hulu special's coming out.
Sold out their tickets.
They sold out today too. Is that a favorable number? Like, is that a hyped number that basically has no value on an over or an under for that matter?
I'll let Dan go because I know he has a take on this. I don't know.
Everybody started betting the under with the Jordan situation.
Yeah.
That's when the under got steamed.
So there's been a lot of money moved because of Belichick's
DraftKings-wise,
field stuff?
money is on the under.
Wow.
And the number went way out there on the under 7.5 when, we were in the thick of that whole Jordan situation.
My thing is that like
it's their name, right?
The talent is okay. Like they didn't bring back a lot of talent. Is my concern. I just think everyone is so out on Bill and so out on his coaching staff, and everyone thinks they're terrible, and they're going to be facing like morons. I mean, seriously, the coaching
ACC.
ranks in the ACC is so bad every year in and year out.
And I was going to bring up Clemson. They'll probably play. Klubnik's supposed to be, Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah.
I would take Clemson right now over. I haven't seen a game of North Carolina, but on a forecast, I'd probably take Clemson.
Yeah, sure, of course, and that's where they're heavily favored to win the ACC. Yeah. But like the reality is that like it's Bill Belichick versus college coaches in terms of scheme and coaching. I'm sorry, I don't care if you think Bill is the dumbest, is just completely lost it. He is still far and away the best coach in the ACC. There is no one even close to him. Dabo's a great motivator, but he's a terrible in-game coach. We've seen that the past 5-6 years. He's just brutally bad in second halves and just doesn't know what he's doing. I don't think Dabo's a very good coach. I think he's a great motivator. I think he's in-game coach. I don't think he's a good in-game coach. I think he's a great motivator, scene setter, or whatever. But in-game coach, I think he kind of sucks. Who in the ACC is a good in-game coach?
Rhett Lashley.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. He was really good last year.
I guess you can't really say it yet because when you go up against the big guns like you did versus Penn State,
he got absolutely demolished. Yeah, but but that's a good one. Who else though?
Yeah, other than that,
Bill O'Brien was terrible last year.
Correct.
Sorry,
they still will be again.
They're going to be terrible. Year. They're going to be bad again this year.
You guys going to swear on the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
Of course.
Yeah,
I like that. That's part of you
guys.
Don't
care about that. Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
But there's no good coaching in the ACC. There's just that's not a thing that happens. There's no elite college level coaching in the ACC. That conference sucks year in and year out in terms of coaching ability, whatever.
Joe, I think the best thing to say, to your question about UNC was, take a look at what Steve Belichick did last year
with Washington.
At Washington.
Yeah. I mean, best pass defense
Bill was
in the
pretty
country,
much
right?
coaching the defense, Dan, right?
Yeah.
Without coaching it on the field.
That's a good point.
And that team was awful talent-wise, and look what that defense did.
Yeah,
it was insane.
They covered
so
a lot
who
of
knows
games.
what they're going to be doing? They're going to, like Dan and I have been talking about, they're going to roll out a pro defense.
Yeah.
And coaches aren't going to know what to do.
Joe, think about all the defenses that they rolled out here, right? And just how it baffled quarterbacks. He's going to be doing that versus idiot college kids who are drinking the day before.
So here's your play. Monday Night Football, Labor Day weekend. UNC hosts TCU.
Yeah.
Who's the TCU quarterback this year?
Don't worry about it.
Hoover.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Hoover.
Very good.
Same
this is
kid
what
as
you're
last
going to
year.
get on the
Same kid as
podcast.
last year.
The total.
Guys who could tell you who the guy is going to be because
good.
we're familiar with Hoover and he can play.
Yep.
TCU UNC Monday Night Football Labor Day weekend. The total is 59.5. When's the last time a Belichick total's 59.5?
Did we all just call each other the Undertaker here?
Yeah, I mean,
under, right?
Yeah. So
but why is it 59? Is it set at 59 to disguise you in that?
It's the TCU offense.
high-powered offense.
All right.
But if we trust Belichick's defense at home in an opener, nobody's seen him yet.
I legitimately think it's going to be a NFL pro-style defense with a lot of scheme that a lot of these kids have never faced.
Under 59.5.
Versus the ACC. Like, it's the ACC every year you're in that. Oh, the ACC's so good. They're not a Power 4 conference. I know we're talking with them tonight in the Power 4 preview. They suck.
Oh, you guys did a Power 4 preview?
It's a Power 4 preview tonight.
Well,
so who's your favorite?
We got hours left to go.
We have hours left to go.
Dan's been
you guys have
rambling.
more to go?
Please, Jules. You went on a 20-minute diatribe about Georgia.
I've been keeping it tight.
Jules went on a 15-minute diatribe about Georgia.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we're done.
Ohio State, Texas are both 500. Is there another winner that you guys would think outside of those? I know Penn State. I'm a Drew Allers guy.
Everyone likes Penn State and Texas this year. That's the hype.
So those are the
Penn State and
darlings.
Texas. That's
Those
it.
are the
Everyone,
darlings.
and I'll tell you this: we're all down on Texas.
Ooh.
I bet the under on Texas. I bet under 9.5 plus money.
Everyone thinks that
Arch is a little. He can move. I mean, he's a great athlete, right?
Quinn Ewers was a really good college quarterback. Everyone's talking like he sucked. They lost 4 or 5 starters on the offensive line. They don't have a single elite wide receiver. Their defensive line dropped off quite a bit. They're still really good defensively, but they lost a lot, man.
And if Arch was so good, why wasn't he starting last year?
Well, I think they should have went to him around the goal line before that fumble happened too. But that was another
But then
coaching issue.
everybody says that Sark is such a great coach.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't have it both ways.
You know,
I
I'm with
agree.
You, Joe.
I agree. Just one on this. I've always been big on Nussmeier from LSU. I actually think he's going to. I think he's going to be the best quarterback in college football this year.
So, have you seen the wide receiver corps this year for LSU?
I haven't.
It's very talented.
It's Daniels coming in and throwing the first rounder.
Very
It's
talented.
really good. It's not quite Ohio State or Alabama with Ryan Williams and Jeremiah, but it's maybe the right next tier down, and I think with a better quarterback than both those teams, I think
he's got to clean up the picks.
But he would probably be my
very
favorite
talented.
for Heisman if you're just asking me. No, I wouldn't bet it because of the number, but I think he'd probably be the favorite for Heisman just based upon his offensive talent. They're good, man.
But at the same time, you got to win Heisman, you probably have to win 9 or 10 games, right? The schedule's very tough.
Although last year it
Unless
didn't
you're
matter.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, you're
Unless you're
right.
Travis
You know what?
Hunter, you know what I mean? It was just,
I guess in normal college football seasons, I
Right.
guess last year's anomaly.
So
'cause
who
he's playing
knows?
Both ways, but
Yeah.
yeah, I guess who knows?
Do you guys want to do another segment? You got it in you? Then
Sure.
the 5,
Oh, boy.
10 minutes?
Why not?
okay, sure. We'll be
Dan,
here till
I
1
don't
a.m.
wanna hold you up. I know I don't
1
wanna
a.m.
get
I
you
don't
in
care.
trouble.
Dude, I don't care.
You
Doesn't
good?
matter to me, yeah.
All right, I'll hit a headline real quick, and we'll be back with the Boston Handicappers Network here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Red Sox are currently in an 11-inning battle that just ended. Brennan Bernardino striking out Max Kepler to end the ball game. The Red Sox avoiding the sweep at the hands of the Philadelphia Phillies. They have lost 4 of their last 6 games since the All-Star break, since the 10-game winning streak. The LA Dodgers head to Fenway this weekend for a 3-game weekend series with the Sox. Game 1 is Friday at 7:10. The Patriots opened up training camp today in Foxborough, and practices will be held open to the public until Sunday, August 10th. They begin preseason play on Friday, August 8th at Gillette against the Washington Commanders. The Bengals' Trey Hendrickson and the Commanders' Terry McLaurin are among notable stars holding out of their team's respective training camps due to contract disputes. Sports Up headlines are brought to you by Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Luke Fitzpatrick.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Cut your energy bills without sacrificing comfort. Upgrade your home with Bruin Remodeling and their energy-efficient windows, providing superior insulation and comfort. They offer free estimates with no obligation. Plus, when you tell them Big Jim sent you, they'll give you up to 20% off your project. Visit BruinRemodeling.com to schedule your in-home estimate.
The FM Championship is back.
Handicap with 2 P's on Twitter.
Handicap.
Yep. Very strong double P.
Okay.
Boston Handicap with 2 P's on Twitter. We're going to be making a bet stamp to track all the plays, third party for
holding
everyone.
you accountable, guys.
Holding it accountable, a bet stamp for all the plays as well. So we're putting that up. I haven't set that up. That'll be the next few days. So that'll be everything there. We're going to be posting our own stuff on our own Twitters as well. But yes, that'll be that.
Hey, look at all you guys posting on social media.
There you go.
I will tweet that out. All right, Julian Edlow. This is the way I was told to introduce you guys. We have Chris Thurston, UFC expert. Where did that come from?
0-5 last week.
I set up all these intros.
Joe to throw.
0-5. That's hard to do.
We had a fun night.
No, I'm not making fun of you for going 0-5. I
night.
think it's really hard to go 0 for 5.
I agree. And
like in fantasy, if you did like a pick'em league, right, and you come in last place, that's hard to do.
It's impossible.
Joe,
this is impossible.
We had a steak at my house. Dan came over, and Dan's like, I got all these sharp plays from other guys who are UFC bettors
and
right?
very well respected
Correct.
in the market.
So, all right, let's buy the package and let's watch them. Let's bet them. 0-5, Joe. So that's how our Saturday night went.
Been there.
Not all those bets were sharp. We just started betting stuff at that point.
Dan, I've had 0-7 weeks and bounced back with back-to-back 7-0 weeks. It happens all the time.
I'm aware.
It's a ebb and flows. That's why we always say it's a marathon, not a sprint. All right, guys. Julian Edlow, DraftKings. What's your pick?
Network.
DK Network.
Oh, DK Network.
Don't worry about it. We're just trying to push that.
DK Network. What do you got? What do you want to tell the listeners of Boston?
What do I want to tell the listeners? Wow, you're giving me like an open platform. What do we want? NFL or college?
Whatever you want.
All right, we'll start NFL. Dan, who's the darling of the NFL the last few years? Who does the public love to bet?
Oh man,
Bills.
I would say the Lions.
He got it. The Lions. 80% of tickets at DraftKings Sportsbook are on the Lions to go over their win total this year. However, the money, the dollars, balanced 50-50 on each side. Give me the Detroit Lions under 10.5 wins.
Are we still ringing?
I don't think there's a bell.
Ringing bells
No,
anymore?
we're not
Ding,
ringing
ding.
bells. We've retired the bell.
Dan Campbell, great coach, but I don't think the whole biting kneecaps thing plays when you lose arguably the best offensive coordinator, best defensive coordinator. Ben Johnson, head coach of the Bears. Aaron Glenn, head coach of the New York Football Jets. You lose your starting center, 29 years old. Frank Ragnow has made 4 Pro Bowls. He retires. That's an anchor on your offensive line. I'm blanking on his name, but somebody on the defensive line, a starter, just tore his ACL in training camp.
Azumaka.
Yep, tore his ACL this past week.
Yep.
You've got Aiden Hutchinson coming back from a gruesome leg injury. We'll see how he looks on the D-line. Under 10.5 for the Lions. They won 15 games last year. They're not going to be anywhere near that. To start, they're underdogs at the Packers week 1. Week 3, Monday Night Football in Baltimore against the Ravens. Week 5, you're at the Bengals. The following week, Sunday Night Football at the Chiefs. Those are 6 tough road games potentially as an underdog. We'll see about the Bengals in the first 6 weeks of the season. You lose all those, you're 2-4 out of the gates. Let's say you're 3-3, but Detroit Lions under 10.5. I will fade the public team.
Not to mention all the coaches they have to replace.
I did mention.
Oh, you did.
The coaches
That's when
that
the
they need
hosts
to
aren't
replace.
listening. Chris Thurston.
So we got that covered.
What do you have, sir?
I'll go to college, Joe, and this is my best college win total of the year. And we didn't get to this yet doing our pod, but it's the Big Ten, and it's USC, and that's not the Gamecocks. That's Southern Cal, and I think this is a make-or-break year for head coach Lincoln Riley. They've somehow finished with a worse record each season under Riley, and back in 2022, that team had playoff potential, and that's an $11 million job, and he needs to start earning his keep. And I think it's off to on the right track here with the triggerman, Jaden Mayava. He's going to turn him into an elite quarterback because that's what Lincoln Riley does. He played great down the stretch last year. He replaced Miller Moss, who took off, went to Louisville. He went 3-1. They return a ton on offense. O-line should be decent, and Lincoln has made it a point that he's hitting the portal to get guys to be on his line to protect his trigger man here. Thought it was a brilliant call bringing in Deontay Lynn last year to run the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
You're right. It was like we talked about that, Dan, last year. It was one of the biggest moves the team could make.
Huge. Yep. And remember that week 1 game guys, versus LSU. That USC-D was unbelievable, that game.
We bet USC that game.
Bet
I will not
USC.
forget that game.
That was a grinded-out game. They got it done. They should start the season 4-0. Then they have a road trip to Champlain, which is going to be a tough game.
But it's in September. It's not in freaking November or December.
Correct.
Which, you know what I mean?
So it's a favorable game for USC playing that early in the season versus an Illinois team that returns a ton here. But tough road trips to Oregon and ND, but they get Iowa, UCLA, Michigan all at home, and that's not a roll the balls out win for Michigan. Michigan travels to USC. USC is going to be a dog in that game, Joe. At home, they'll win that game. They're going to get up and over 7.5 wins here. That's an 8-9 win team this year for Lincoln.
All right, guys. The Boston Handicappers Network at Boston Handicap 2-piece.
That's right.
They're going to have a podcast coming out soon. Dan Lifshitz, knower of all.
That's right. I know everything.
Julian Edlow of DK Network. And Chris
You nailed it, Joe.
UFC expert.
The former broke NBA expert.
NBA is my
Julian
fourth
Edlow.
sport now. Formerly my first.
Yeah.
So he's lost 5. He can't win a basketball. What about you, Dan? What don't you win?
Dan wins every
I
game.
don't win either of the bets that they give me. I lost all my money on the Celtics and UFC. It was a lot
That's
of fun.
right.
Yeah, so
Celtics Sixers.
you can find me living
thought
under
they
a
were
bridge.
special.
Lift shots under a bridge. There you go.
All right, boys. Go back to the podcast.
All right.
Thank you. We'll
it,
take a quick break and then wrap up quickly. You listen to 98.5 The Sports Zone.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.